Let's pull up this next one here. This one, again, we talk a little bit more about the fascination. I feel like I'm presenting this to a class, Carla. This is the hard part of the show, is me trying to make this
Yeah.
sound educated. Ladies and gentlemen, we see here Carla's fascination with Bob Ross.
Sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, Carla, there she is. Carla, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing very well, Carla. I'm doing very well. I'm not. Let's just get the elephant out of the room. All right. I see the masks in the back of your room. All right.
Listen,
Please
Linda,
explain.
listen.
Please explain what's going on here, Carla.
I play DPD and Myers and Ghostface. Killers,
Uh
and I dressed up as Myers one time and Ghosty
huh.
and whapped in the mouth.
What gets me is this, Carla, is like I see like the pink background, the bubbly feel, the like it feels like I'm underwater with the visuals in the background. And then I have these two scary masks in the back. It's just contrast. It's sweet and sour kind of deal, but I love it. I'm here for it. I'm here for it tonight. But Carla, what have we done today? What have you been up to?
Honestly, it's not much. I woke up with a tummy ache and I was just freaking out. I was like, I can't cancel. So I just been trying to stay in the zone. I'm fine now, but I had some pizza last night and I don't think it liked my belly. So just
Oh,
being real, just being real with you.
what
Don't
kind
feel
of
too
pizza?
good.
What kind of pizza are we talking? What kind of
I
pizza
had
is
a
this?
supreme.
I, I'm confused why this would. Is it? Be real, with me, all right? We're gonna level with me here, Carla. Was it a nervous feeling or was it really the pizza?
Probably nervous. Honestly,
There it
it's so
is.
weird
Mhm,
because everyone talks about this on your show. I think it's
mhm.
because we're not in control. I don't know why
Yeah,
I'm so nervous.
100%, 100%. This is like a social experiment. Like, there's never been like there have been podcasts and talk shows, but this is such a like to point out the obvious. Streamers, especially those of you that aren't streamers, we have all these gizmos and gadgets that allow us to be in complete control, and we're in the safety and comfort of our own room. But for one streamer to join another streamer on their stream, and she's only on a Discord call, it's weird. It's
Yeah.
strange. And I haven't even been on the other side of this yet. I plan to, but like it's so cool how many people are willing to be a part of this and just hang out and share their story. And so, Carla, I'll make you a promise, all right? Something that
Mhm.
happens every time. You're number 53, 54. No, you're number 54 of the guests. So
Damn.
we've done this 54 times. All 54 have experienced the same sensation where it's like, I'm nervous at the beginning, and then 20 minutes later, screw off, moms. All right, you're
Yeah.
an asshole. And so and
No.
then we just get into it. So I'm really excited to have you here, Carla. It really means a ton. Um,
Thanks.
let me I usually start off these shows by explaining to everyone that's watching how you and I met. And I don't know if you're even aware of this, Carla. Are you?
Oh, I remember the first time you were in my chat, like, you said something. I remember.
Hmm. What'd I say?
Um,
No, no,
I
no.
don't remember what you said, but you were
Yeah,
really, really sweet, and you were getting to know the community,
that's right.
and, of course, with your username in my head, I
Yeah.
was like, "Cute, another mom on Twitch." And then with Story and Hayden and everyone, then I
Mhm.
kinda realized who you were and love
Here
you.
we are. Here we
Here we
are.
are.
I always get worried, especially when I go on like another streamer's stream and try to just scope out what's going on because I'm like, I hope they don't think I'm a troll. With a
Yeah.
name like Moms Online or Moms for Christ, it's very easy to be like, this person's capping. But
Yeah.
when I, when I checked you out, Carla, Hayden was the first person that just like she gave me a list. He was like, you need to talk to Sari, you need to talk to Carla, you need to talk to. He gave me like
Oh,
5 names, and so one
okay.
by one, I checked you all out. And with you, Carla, when I went in there, all right, and I'm trying not to be the S word here, all right, if you catch my drift, all right, I'm not trying to be the, yeah, oh my gosh, I need to relax, all right, this is gonna be a show, guys, this is gonna be a show. When I stopped in, you were doing your no camp thing, which I love actually. I think it's really cool that you're able to like still sustain your community and focus on the gameplay and all that, and just feel comfortable. I think there's a lot going on. When you have cam, you have to present yourself a certain way. I know a lot of the women talk about the makeup and stuff. With guys, it's like I put on a hat and I'll put on my sweater.
Which hat do I
And
wear today?
yeah, the one that has my name on it. All right, no,
Yeah, yeah, nice, nice.
no. But when I went into your community, your ability, and I say this to very few people, but your ability to really capture everyone's attention and while doing something in multitasking essentially, but being able to communicate with your community so candidly and openly and intentionally is amazing. And it's something that I want to emulate. And I'm taking notes. Like you take me to school every time I'm lurking you and I'm watching you, do your thing. You take me to school. It's a real lesson learned because, and maybe it might just come natural to you, Carla. But when I watch, I want people to realize like what you're doing is not easy. What you're doing is not a performance neither. Like what you're doing is unabashedly you. And it's so cool to see that. And most of all, it's so cool to see the successes through that. Everyone's trying to find Twitch hacks, but you
Mhm.
being yourself and operating your stream the way you want it and who you are and still succeeding at that is so freaking awesome. So,
Thanks.
when I hit you up to do the show, and I'm going to be very honest with this,
Yeah.
I thought it was a no. I thought you
No,
were,
it wasn't. I promise. I was okay, you can ask my chat right now.
mhm,
My cam was freezing, like,
mhm,
every 10 minutes.
mhm.
So I was like, "I really don't wanna go on this show and then be like, 1 second, my cam's frozen." Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's
Yeah.
just so crappy. And then I tweaked some settings, and then when it was working, I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna just shoot my shot again." I felt really terrible. It wasn't you at all because I've always admired you.
The
Um,
and the thing is, Carla, like I never thought of you as denying it. Like I never thought of it as
yeah.
like, oh, this small guy, this whatever streamer, this who doesn't want to do that. But I looked at it as genuinely like I was like, damn, all right, she's having technical difficulties. I'm trying to also book at the same time other shows. And then, it just so happens I hit you up again in January. And this is what really gets me. It's always humbling to see this, again, from someone who's still an affiliate, who's still trying to grind his way to get that little validating check mark. It's always humbling to see someone who's been here longer, that's succeeding, share their time. That's something that I
Hmm,
take very close to heart. It's something that's always surprising, especially with a very different concept like this. Twitch is built on gaming, and so to
mhm.
come here into a space and rather than game, we talk about life. Rather than dying via Dead by Daylight, we're dying because of embarrassment. All right, that's
Yeah.
and so um, I'm so glad that we're able to book it, have you here today. You did hit me up yesterday again, being like, is it today or is it tomorrow, moms? I need.
I was no, time zones, like, I should be good at time zones by now, but I knew it was today,
Mhm.
but something in me was like, "Just check. What if it
Yeah,
was, a different time or something?" I don't know.
true. What if it was the
I just
pizza?
freak
It
out.
was the pizza talking. Let's blame that. It
It
was the
was a
pizza.
pizza.
It was the supreme. You need to get a pepperoni next time. We'll
Leave the
talk
pizza
about
out
that.
of it. I'm kidding.
Oh man, well, I'm happy to have you, and of course, I gotta say, looking stunning, looking beautiful as always,
Stop
Carla.
it. Thank you.
Hey, all right, guys. Hey, chill, guys. All right, just turn off the volume there. All right, no, all right, Carla, I'm gonna ask you the first question I asked every streamer here to start us off
Please,
with the show. All right,
please.
how long have you had your Twitch account before streaming, and what got you onto the platform?
3 years,
Mm,
and, it was during the time where Fortnite just came out.
mhm.
And it was, like, all the rage, and I was hooked on it, and I was watching decoders on YouTube on my lunch breaks all the time.
Wow.
And in his bio, he was like, "Live on Twitch." I was like, "What the fuck is Twitch? What the hell?" And I clicked on it, and I started watching him, and then a month after watching, I was like, "Wait, I play, like, 5 hours of Fortnite a day. I could stream." And then that started it. Like, it was 'cause of YouTube and
Mhm.
decoders and Fortnite that I started streaming, and I
Holy cow.
haven't left. Yeah.
And this is for so you started this account 3 years ago, and you're just purely like, all right, well, I think I could do this, or how long were you a chatter for, or a viewer before you were a streamer?
Honestly, like 2 weeks.
Wow.
I know it's because in high school, I would always make videos on YouTube, like, bad, like, cringy, but I love to edit. I love to make videos, and I love to make people laugh and everything. So finding Twitch was kind of like the light bulb. I was like, wait, this is what I've been looking for. Like this
Mm,
is it. So yeah, it just
that's
kind of
awesome.
I took a shot and I just never stopped.
Hmm. I
Yeah.
like that. I like that a lot. Let's transition then into becoming a streamer.
Mhm.
So you said it took all of 2 weeks before you started streaming. Tell me about that
Mhm.
first stream. How was it? What was your experience like?
So this is embarrassing, but I'm be real.
Yeah.
So my first stream wasn't a Fortnite stream. I didn't have a laptop. All I had was an iPad and my phone, and I was bored one night. Just hear me out. Hear me out.
Okay. All right. All right.
I
I'm on your
was
team.
bored. I was bored one night, and I had a Google Home next to where I propped my phone up, and I just went live. And it was literally me just dancing to songs for like half an hour. I was like, "You know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna dance because I love to dance,
Yeah.
and I'm not good, but I like it." And
Mhm.
I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna dance. Within 10 minutes, 10 people
Mhm.
were there, and I was just having chats with them in between dancing. And it's not what you think, guys. It's not like, "Ah, I'm dancing."
Mhm.
It was like just me being a dickhead. I had a t-shirt on, jeans. Nothing sexy about what I was doing.
Mhm.
But then I had people come in and being like, "You're weird, but I like it. Let's talk."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Yeah, let's talk." And then from there, I was like, "Wow, this was fun. Like, people wanted to talk to me. This is sick." And then
Mhm.
I started my Fortnite streams on my PlayStation with no cam. And that's it.
So, so let's
That's
let's
it.
how long did the dancing bit last for? Was it only that one stream or did you bring it back?
No, that was it. I was one night, I was so bored. It was
All
like
right.
12 AM and I was like, "Fuck it, I'm going live." Like, I had no about me, no panels, no like, I knew nothing. I literally taught myself how to use Twitch. I
Holy
didn't get
cow.
anything. I didn't understand anything, and it just worked, and someone that saw that stream
Mhm.
is still subscribed today.
Can you give him a shout? Who's that person?
He's not here, but he's Jason321.
Wow, you never forget. You never
No, you
forget.
don't. You
Jason
don't.
321. All right, the
Yeah,
real one. That's so
yeah,
cool though. So then, let's contrast things. I think it's important to contrast the two streams, all right? So you had
yeah.
that dancing stream, you had 10 people that were really vibing out with you, enjoying their stay, conversating with you while you're breaking it down to. By the way, what song, if I may ask? Can you name what song you were breaking it to?
Okay, so there was a few, but the one I remember was Freaky Friday with Little Dicky and Chris Brown, and I
Oh
did
my
both
god.
parts.
Oh my god. You
I
did
know.
both parts.
Yeah. Mm.
Oh
I
my
was lip
gosh.
syncing.
Yeah.
Sue me.
Okay. Okay. Hey, that was before DMCA, all right? That was before him, all
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah, it's
exactly.
off the books. That's so funny. So you
I
go from
know.
there, and then you
Mhm,
go, all right, we're going epic gamer royale, battle royale mode. Tell me about
mhm.
the Fortnite streams. How was that transitioning from your very first stream, dancing and just chatting, to now going into kind of the heart of what Twitch is in terms of gaming at the moment?
Mhm. It was silly of me to stream Fortnite because if you guys remember in 2018, there was like minimum 200K watching in that category. So when you first start streaming, you don't stream in a inflated category. You go to a smaller game and just suss it out. So no one watched for weeks. I was on zero. The people who saw me dancing didn't come back because I mean they saw me dancing and now I'm
Yeah.
playing Fortnite with no cam. Like that's not really inviting. But I was talking to no one for so long and my friends were the ones that would watch and play with me. They were the only ones in chat. And then it just slowly honestly, it's such a blur to think about. I can't even believe that I'm here now, but
Hmm.
it was me sitting in bed playing Fortnite. I didn't have a desk. I would stream on a chest of drawers and a kitchen stool. My back is messed up from that, by the way. And I would stream on in bed, which sounds sus, but it's not.
Yeah.
Because that's all I could do. Like I didn't have anything. And it was super fun, but
Hmm.
it's just yeah, no, it's just slowly people started coming in and yeah, no, it was not until I bought a PlayStation camera because that's the only thing that works with PlayStations
Hmm.
that it kind of got more personal, but I didn't have special alerts because again, you don't have that on PlayStation. So
Hmm.
I didn't have alerts for I think maybe 6 months. So
Wow.
I really just watch chat on my phone.
Hmm.
Um That's it. That's really all I did.
But isn't that such a cool glow up and kind of a humbling story? Like you literally
Mhm.
went from nothing and no knowledge of what the platform is or what to
Yeah.
do to where you are today as a partner and someone who has really solidified a community and
Mm.
within their little nook of the internet. That's so cool. So tell me this. I think there's always a moment in my opinion, in a streamer's journey
Mhm.
where they have to make the choice to whether they're going to make it a hobby or something bigger.
Yeah.
Can you tell me that moment in your life?
Yeah, that was January 2020.
Hmm.
I was working, at the pub, and I love that job, but it was just bad hours, bad management, harassment. It was just gross.
Hmm.
And, I was getting to the point with Stream where I was making enough to cover rent.
Mm.
At the time, I was living with someone, and they were like, "Why don't you just make this a full-time thing, put all your energy into it, 'cause I believe you can do it." And I was like, "Oh, can I? Like, I'm averaging 15 people." Like, I wouldn't recommend doing this at all. But because I still had some revenue coming in to cover my bills and I had someone living with me, I was like, "You know what? Screw it. I am going to give my all my time." 'Cause at the time I was working like 50 hours a week at the pub. So I was like, "Screw it. I'm gonna quit." And I just did it. And that's it. I've just
Hmm.
been doing this ever since, but
So
I
cool.
only I it's crazy. I only
Hmm.
did it because I knew I could cover bills, by the way. I'm just putting that out there.
Yep.
But yeah, that's the moment I was like, "You know what? I'm gonna put all my time to it," and it's worked for me, luckily.
Wow. That's awesome. That's awesome. One
Hmm.
more question about
Yes.
your specific present time here on Twitch, and I'll move on to the next segment here. I think it's very important. And I think a lot of people, especially partners, what I've noticed, succeed when they have others around them, that, not just their community, but other
Mhm.
streamers around them. And I know you've said that you kind of self taught a lot, especially early on, a lot of
Mm.
Twitch, from the alerts
Mhm.
to strategies and all that. Can you tell me who your first streamer friend was that also assisted you in building your channel?
Okay, so the first streamer friend, 2018. You know what's coming. Sorry, you know, boo boo.
He was the
You know it's
first.
you.
He was the
He was
first.
like my very first like streamer friend, and we
Wow.
both were doing the Fortnite PlayStation stream thing, and we were always friends. We're always really good friends, but I think we've taught each other more this year, and 2020. I feel like we were still kind of finding our niche and finding our groove, and I feel like we've really connected even more recently, and we've taught each other more now
That's so
as
awesome.
partners.
That's
Yeah.
so awesome. You don't. I feel like I don't see enough of that. I don't see
Mhm.
enough of people growing together.
Yeah.
I've interviewed many people from the OCE community, from New Zealand, all that, and I feel that their type beat and the American type beat are very different. Where
Mhm.
America, we're very competitive. We see it as competition. Whereas
Mhm.
in Australia or even internationally, I see it as collaboration, working with one another, sharing ideas and wanting to build up one another. And I love that you were able to do that with Sari, especially seeing you both become
Mhm.
partner and having your communities and being, in my opinion, the second I found both of you or watched both of you, I kind of felt like, oh, this can be a staple. Like everyone, goes crazy for the XQCs, the Mizkifs, the Pokemons, and of course, they're
Mhm.
they're amazing entertainers in their own right. But
Yeah.
I think there's enough for everyone. And so for you
Mhm.
guys to really stake your claim and say, I'm here. These are the times you can catch me. This is what our community is all about. And then
Yeah.
roll from there is so awesome, Carla. I love that. I'm so
Yeah.
proud of you. Oh my
Thanks.
gosh.
Yeah.
With all the nice stuff that I've said, now I got to kind of wreck you a little bit, Carla. All right. We got
Wreck me. Can I
to.
just say one thing though? Like, just
Yes,
they know and I know you know deep down, but I apologize if I tear up. Just straight up. I'm an emotional
by
being.
all
Just
means. No.
I may not, but if I
Hmm.
do, soz. Soz about
No.
it.
You
Um,
wouldn't even be the first, Carla. It's okay. It's
oh
okay.
no,
And
baby, it's fine.
I will
Sorry, I
say
gotta stop doing that. Sorry.
It's fine for me. Anywho, I'll tell you this though, Carla. Before we, I usually tell people both in the DMs and in person, and I want to do this in
Yeah.
front of the people that are watching. When
Oh
we
yes.
do get to this section of life stories, or even now in the Twitch life stories.
Mhm.
If there's anything you don't want to share, if there's anything that's too personal or goes too far, feel free to either give me a general answer or don't even answer at all. I'm not
Okay.
here for the gotchas. I'm not here to expose or whatever.
Yeah.
It's I kind of find it in a way of like, as much as you're willing to share is what I'm willing to take. And we
Roger,
can,
roger.
exactly. So number one prerogative, I know it's going to be weird hearing this from a streamer. My number one prerogative is always the guest and then the chat, because without you guys, they wouldn't even show up here either. So I have to take
Facts.
care. I got to
Facts.
protect the guest. So
100%.
protect the guest as I do this next bit. Let me I have your stream pulled up, Carla.
Oh no, here we
And
go.
let's start off with your channel points. All right, let's just start off with
I
we're
know
just
it's
starting off with
coming.
channel
Yep.
points. All right.
I know it's
Hey,
coming.
we're
I know
having a
it's coming.
conversation, Carla. We're just having a conversation. Don't bonk. There's
I'm
nothing yet.
bonking.
There's
I'm
no
bonking. I know
bonk.
it's coming.
We haven't. So I'm curious because I think channel points are a really cool way to show a little flair, show a little bit of your originality and your flavor of who you are as a person.
Yeah.
And so this first one, I am perplexed. All right, I have no idea. The description is even just a threat. It feels like a threat, and it shows for 6,969 points. Show one Bob, and it says you heard me. What in the world are you trying to do with this one, Carla? What is this all
I
about?
thought you heard me there.
You heard me
Do
is
I
the threat
reveal
part.
Bob? Do I
Who's
reveal
Bob?
it?
What is Bob? What is that? Wait, is that Bob
Bob
Ross? Is that a
Ross.
Bob Ross? What is that? What is it called? Oh my
Figurine?
gosh. Oh,
I
I
show
was thinking
one Bob.
bobblehead.
I don't know
That's
what's so
wild.
confusing about the channel
Okay,
redeem.
here we go. Here we go, Carla. What is it? I noticed that you have a lot of Bob Ross kind of outfits, clips, this and that. What is your fascination with Bob Ross?
What? How you can't not love this man? Like honestly, I can't say anything more. He's an icon.
True, true. Still relaxing to watch on Netflix too. That's
Facts.
I
Facts.
can't get enough. I can't get
Mhm.
enough. That one being said, I have another one here that says I have to read it. I have to read it a little slower. It says for 30,000 sing mode. I can only speak in a singing voice for 2 minutes. Tell me
Yeah.
where that one came from, and when was it the least opportune for one of your community members to redeem it?
I don't know why I do half the things I do. I think to me, I'm like, okay, what would I want to redeem in a chat? And for
Mhm.
me, sing mode, hell yeah, that's so embarrassing. I think someone redeemed it when I was playing Bubba on DBD or something.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to like concentrate, but all I can do is do this and just talk like this. And it's really annoying and it's so frustrating. And then I had to put a bloody cooldown on it because they kept spamming it. I'm like, nah, I can't do this. I'm putting a cooldown on.
Yeah. Is that universally the singing voice that people can expect when they redeem that one?
Actually, last time I did a fat rap as well.
I did not find that clip, guys. I'm livid. All right,
I'm
I'm
glad.
livid. I'm
Cake glad.
livid. That's ridiculous. Holy cow.
Okay.
That one being said, I always like going to the extremes when it comes to the channel points. So I always like going to the one that I feel like many streamers thinks it's not attainable, but now with the new predictions, anything's on the table, you could double, triple, quadruple your points. So for 50 million points, guys, for 50 million points, it says, let's get married. And the description simply says, I do.
In this
Yeah.
economy, that's cheap, I think.
That's
Am I wrong?
How would you're not wrong? Again, with the predictions, you're not wrong. But let me ask you this, Carla. Now that you know that this can be a reality, what would be your reaction if someone redeemed that?
Well, I know who has the most points, and that's
Okay.
Beck in chat. Love you. And I'm happy. I know she's technically legally already married, but we can figure that out when it comes.
Yeah, that's just a case of paperwork at that point. All right, we could just shuffle some paperwork. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
That's fine.
But I don't know. I don't know. Again, 50 million, guys. 50 million's the price point apparently
A
for.
steal. I'll take 2.
You'll take 2. There's for 100,000, guys. A whole family
Easy.
there. That's wild. I like
Easy.
that. I like that. It's always again. I know, and I need to do it myself. Where it's kind of like you have that channel point that's so extreme. Like, there's no way anyone can do this. I'm very curious the day someone cashes this in. What will be the compensation for that amount of points in time? That is always what goes through my head. But
Yeah. I haven't really thought about it, but will be bad.
we'll figure it out there. All right. That's a
figure it
future
out.
Carla problem. That's not a current Carla problem.
Exactly.
That's a future Carla.
Exactly.
I like it.
Thanks. Yeah.
That being said, it looks like you've already seen a bit of the show, so you know what's gonna happen next. All right. I will say this: I went a little easy on you, Carla. All right, I went a little easy, and I only
Yeah.
took 3 of your clips. I have 3 of
I'm
the
so
clips from your
lucky.
channel. So lucky, so
I
lucky.
deleted like thousands
You
because of
okay.
DMCA.
Okay, I
Like, you
thought
would
you.
have had a field day.
Oh,
Anyway,
that's
carry on. Sorry.
that's a shame. See, again, more of a reason why DMCA just ruins the content, guys. We would have had so much material. I literally would have just done the whole show just clips. All right, I would
Yeah.
have just had that there. Let me switch up the cams here. You could turn on the. You should be able to turn on the volume on your end to listen in.
I will. I'm scared.
But this first one, guys, here, this first one here is very quick. It's only 5 seconds long.
No.
All right.
Oh no.
And it
Look at that
says-
head.
It just says Vegemite. So let's give a look into this. I'll have you explain the clip as well, a little bit backstory of it. All right. One moment.
Okay.
Very quick with this one. There's something about the dark hue. First and foremost, what in the world's going on? Why did you stick out your tongue? Why did you stick out your tongue? The masses there thinking that was okay to just let me get the darkest food there on Vegemite. So tell me, what was mindset with this?
Can we first of all
Yes.
not have my tongue like
True.
so bad.
True. You just need to make sure. That one's equally a great face. That's hilarious of a face. This is mortification, guys. This is, oh shoot, I'm done. I'm done here.
I forget what happened, but I got gifted 5 kilos in total of Vegemite when I got partnered from my Canadian friend.
What?
I'm fetus. Yes. And I gave one to mum because I am not going to finish 5 kilos, and I have another one. And someone's like, "Yeah, you should have some teaspoon." And I was
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, easy. Like, I am Australian. I have Vegemite in my blood. Like, this is easy."
Mhm.
But it was not. That's where I was wrong. It was awful. It was an awful time.
For those that haven't had Vegemite, can you describe the flavor profiles?
Salty, mysterious.
Mysterious
Thick.
doesn't count as. Wait, what is mysterious? What do you mean mysterious? I've never eaten something. I'm like, oh shit, this is holy. What? This is mysterious. Holy cow!
You're not
what?
living. You're not living. The thing is, what people don't get, if you're new to Vegemite, listen, Linda, listen. You have to put toast, right? Butter that shit up, and then you have little dabs of Vegemite. Just little dabs of Vegemite. That's it. Until you're ready to do it thicker and get the mysterious flavor.
So it's just pure saltiness. That's what's going on with it.
That's all I can think of.
There's
It's
no
like
nutty.
it's a twang, a little
It's
twang,
a twang.
salty
got me.
twang.
Now I gotta go look for some Vegemite in the local store. I want to try this out. This sounds like a dare. So having it straight up like you did, then that's not advised. That's not the move. That's just too extreme.
Yeah,
Interesting.
not good. Not a good time.
Interesting. And so you just went in for it. That's such a good gift, though. That's a lot of Vegemite. You still have Vegemite to this day. You said it's in your blood. Is that in your regular diet? Is that something that you munch on frequently?
It's a little midnight snack.
Really?
A little bit of toast with some Vegemite on it.
Okay.
Amazing. Yeah.
Okay. See the thing, Carla, if you know anything also about the show, we start off with the easy clips, all right? This is the easiest clip I
know.
could find, all right?
I think I know what's coming.
Well, we'll see. You got 3. We got 2 more tries, all right? We got 2 more
I
tries.
think I know.
Carla over here said that she's going to cry. She never said which segment, guys, all right? Could be this one.
no.
I'm joking.
Every segment.
Oh my gosh, I'm just going to cough on my own thing. Let's pull up this next one here. This one, again, we talk a little bit more about the fascination. I feel like I'm presenting this to a class, Carla. This is the hard part of the show, is me trying to make this sound educated. ladies and gentlemen, we see here Carla's fascination with Bob Ross, but I want you to pay attention to what she says. This is actually, I watched this clip and I love the way you understand the bullshit that goes on Twitch. You get it, because if you don't get it, if you're not ahead of the curve in terms of just ridiculousness and the trolls and just the hate, you're in for a bad time. You're going to be not pleasantly surprised. So let's give it a listen here. Maybe I can make it bigger. Yeah, let's give it a shot.
We know that one troll that comes in that goes, "That wasn't my proudest wank." I'm waiting for that person to come in.
You were having no one shit that night. Tell me about this. Tell me about, have you had these kind of people show up? Have you had this kind of harassment on stream? And frankly, how do you deal with it?
Oh man, I feel like my skin is so thick right now that I can handle anything, but I've literally had that before. I've had people come in and say that wasn't my proudest wank as me, like not in a costume. I've had people, I won't even repeat what I had the other day, but I'm just so used to it now. If you work on the internet,
Yeah.
you get it. Like
Yep.
people are hiding behind a screen so they can say whatever they want. Now when I get it, it's literally just like, okay, bro, like nice try. I've heard it all. That's it.
Let me ask this, Carla, because
Yeah.
back in the day before I streamed, I also modded for a handful of women streamers, and I've also modded for some men. The dudes don't. They deal with a different type of heckling, and it's. I feel like I don't want to say whose burden is lighter, but I definitely would say it feels less personal when it's a guy to a guy or any insult at a man. With a woman, it can get a little personal. So tell me, what advice would you give to smaller streamers that are women that have to deal with this kind of harassment?
Wow. It gets easier. It definitely gets easier. I've ended streams back in 2018 because I was so upset. Like I wouldn't dare do that now. Look, just know my boo thangs is fine. They're trolls. They want to get your attention. I do give them attention sometimes because it's comedy for me.
Yeah.
But when you are a smaller streamer, especially, you are an easy target. They go right to the bottom. They know half of them don't have mods. They know that they can get away with it. They're going to upset someone. So honestly, just ignore them. If you don't have a mod yet, delete them yourself straight away. Don't even give them attention. Just fuck them. Honestly, I don't know if I can swear on here. Can I swear?
You can. Yeah, you can do whatever you want. Just don't do anything
Hell yeah,
otherwise.
baby.
Yeah, you can do whatever
Okay,
you want. This is
anyway, fuck them. I'm kidding.
I like that.
But honestly, just it comes with time, and you will get to a point where nothing bothers you anymore. But you may get hurt, and that's cool. Like I still get annoyed at people, but it doesn't upset me anymore because I've been called everything. It comes with time. Your skin will be thick. You'll be a queen. You're going to be glowing. Everything's going to be fine. But you just have to realize that with Twitch comes bloody idiots.
True.
With the internet, with the world, there's always going to be someone who just wants to mess up your day. But don't let him. You're a queen. Don't let him. It's fine. It's fine. Who
I
are
bet
they?
you.
No one.
I bet you were not expecting such a serious question for this clip.
I know.
It's called
proudest rank. How do you? Any advice? Any advice for anyone?
It's called range, baby. All right, call me Adele in this platform. It's just you got a little bit of everything. But I find that fascinating. I love that kind of advice because you're right. The first thing is not a lot of people do have mods, and you need to stay on top of that. Don't give them a voice. Don't give them breath because the second they take any space in your mind, they win. So get rid of them. And it's inevitable. People will hate just because they either have nothing better to do or they're trying to take you down with them. So I love that, Carla. That's 101.
Yeah.
That's streaming 101 right there.
That's it.
I got one more clip.
Oh,
All right.
the clip I'm thinking of.
I got one more clip. I had to dig in my bag. I gotta find. I was like, which one's the heavy hitter? What's the heaviest hitter? And I dragged it to the furthest side to make sure it wasn't it. Guys, we're gonna talk about this one right here. We're gonna talk. I did not know that Carla had worked at the bars before, and it seems like she has some experience in how men approach a woman in the club, and so I think she was doing some sort of role play in this. We'll give it a peep. We'll give it a listen, guys. It's 52 seconds long. So let's
52 seconds too long.
yeah, by 30 seconds I was like, oh boy, all right, this is the one.
Okay.
Let's give it a listen, guys.
Hey, can I buy you a drink? You have one. Let me buy you another one. Damn. That dress. You about to make me act up. See ya.
Why is that too real? Tell me why that was a real life simulation. What the hell was that, Carla? Tell me exactly what the heck is going on.
I was doing some POV.
But like you were doing the F boy like the washing of hands, but you're not really washing the hands move. You said, "Let me buy you a drink," and then "Let me buy you another drink," which is so true. When you were doing this impersonation, Carla, were you coming from a place of like what you've seen from your work or experience, or what was even the context behind this clip?
I'm not even going to generalize. I'm just going to say fuck people, not fuck boys, fuck people.
Fair play.
Just so determined. I've never seen a more determined person in my life. Like pubs, clubs, if they want you, they're gonna have you. Like they'll do fucking anything to get you, and they're just so persistent. And you're like, fuck off. And they're like, what do you mean? Like they're vultures out there. They're vultures. And I was channeling that, and I never thought this would be seen again. I am very shocked that it has that many views.
Did you think that this was the clip that I was gonna pull up?
No, I'm so glad you didn't pull up the clip.
Okay. Well, I'm not doing my job, guys. I'm not doing my job correctly, guys.
No,
apparently.
you are.
All
No,
right.
you are.
That's so. So tell me. I mean, a little bit on this. You said that if the energy, the culture within this, it's really it's brutal. It's something that's so aggressive, I guess would be even putting it lightly here. So in this bit you were showing off kind of that attitude, a little bit of it. Again, was this so you were purely pulling this from a place of like, this is what I've seen, this is what I've experienced, and so what were you trying to tell your community by doing this bit?
I have no idea what I was trying to. Where was I going with this? I can't remember where I was going with it. I don't even have an answer. I don't know why I got up and did that. I have no clue.
No.
I don't know. I would always tell pub stories because when I worked at the pub, so much crap would happen to me. So I would always be like, guess what happened after work? I mean, at work, sorry. But I don't know why I did that. I actually don't know.
Louise.
We'll
save the pub stories for the work section of the show.
Yes.
Because I'm fascinated by that. I always try to make friends with the bartender or anyone at the club and trying to understand like, yo, what's the craziest shit that you've seen here? Because I'm just curious what goes down. But we'll get to that later on in the evening. That's the hard part. All right, that's the hardest part of the show. You've survived the random embarrassing clips that I could find of you. Sadly, I couldn't find the creme de la creme, guys. You guys have to do my job. Look up her clips later after this show. Again, follow Carla. But I'm going to ask you some introspective questions about your time on Twitch before we get into your life story. All right, Carla?
Roger. So
the first one I have here is, what have you learned about yourself through streaming?
So much. I think, people would call me charismatic, and I wouldn't agree with it. I'm like, no, I'm not. Like, what the hell? But then as soon as I started streaming and getting into it and building our community, I was like, wait, no, I am charismatic. Like, what the hell? Why didn't I believe people before? I don't know. I guess I'm a people person, and I
Mhm.
never realized that I could actually hold conversation. Because I've always kind of been so shy. I used to hate calling up and ordering a pizza, for example. Like I was so shy to talk, which I know that sounds insane, but I'm like,
No.
no, I can't do it. Like I hate phone calls. So I
Mhm.
think I've learned that I'm actually okay and that I can speak well enough and I
Mhm.
can make friends easily and I'm approachable. So I think maybe that. I think I just learned that I'm friendly, I'm charismatic, and I don't take no shit, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm. Mhm.
I learned that.
So, are you saying then prior to streaming, prior to that dancing stream and the Fortnites and all that stuff, the Carla that existed was much more reserved or quiet or to themselves, and you're saying something about not confident. I'm trying to, or not charismatic. I'm trying to get a feel of who you were prior to that or prior
I've
to
always
streaming.
been this, right? I've always been
Yeah.
who I am today, right? But
Yeah.
I just never believed I was those things. And mum would say it, like, mum's
Mm.
my biggest cheerleader, so mum would
Mm.
always be like, "You're amazing, you're an angel, you're so" like, "I'm not just
Okay.
saying that because 'cause you're my daughter, you're just so amazing," like, just all these beautiful things, and I just never believed it until I
Yeah.
actually, I don't know, streamed for 3 years, really. I don't know why I didn't believe those things, I just kind of assumed that just wasn't me. I have no idea why.
That's
Maybe
so
because I
cool.
was scared of talking and stuff.
Yeah.
It's weird, I get this is really strange, but
No.
I honestly, it's just yeah.
Well, sometimes I because there is biases, with friends and family. There are biases. They're going to tell us really nice things, whether they're true or not. They're going to support us and they're going to love us, and that's kind of the mo of that title. But to get
Yeah.
that affirmation from complete, I don't mean to say strangers, but at first strangers. We all start off as strangers at one point. But to
Mhm.
get that affirmation from people online from around the world that just resonate with who you are as a person, man, that's got to feel good, and man, that's got
Oh,
to be
good.
uplifting.
Oh,
And
yeah,
and it's
totally.
it's our way of being like, yeah, you know what? I I don't like to say it. I don't want to tie value, but like, yeah, I'm like, this is my value. This is what I bring to the table, and I feel good about that. Um,
Yeah.
that's awesome, Carla. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that answer. Carla,
Thanks.
how would you describe your streaming style?
What is my style? Honestly, I just try to keep it real, and I tell them honestly, I just say this all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I try to be 100% transparent. I try to be 100% myself, even though it may be kind of chaotic sometimes. Um, Definitely a wholesome community. I really try to be myself, and that comes with just, I don't know, my heart, I guess.
Mm-hmm. That's I like that. So, in terms of your stream, though, do you plan out the content? Do you plan out what you're doing that day, that week? Do you know what's happening, or is it a lot of freestyle?
I'm gonna say half-half. Some weeks are freestyle. Other half, I like to plan out what games I'm playing. I'll let the stream know via Discord. But honestly, it's just freestyle half the time.
Mm-hmm.
I am a planner though, so when I do plan, it's detailed. But
It's detailed.
I yeah, I do try to just go live and see what happens really most
Nice.
days. Yeah.
Let me get a little sneak peek here. Usually, this one's a little bit off the script. Is there an event that's coming up on your channel that you've been kind of eyeing? Is there something that you're looking to do outside of gameplay, outside of the norm of what you're doing already?
Um, I I wanted well, I guess my birthday is in 6 days, so that'll be a little birthday stream,
Yo,
but,
what?
yes,
Happy
I
birthday!
know. Thank you. But apart from that, I wanted to do a painting stream as Hagrid from Harry Potter, um, and then another Marge Simpson stream. I like cursed paints. I like painting and just looking ridiculous. It's the
Mhm.
best feeling. But that's about it. That's
That's
about it.
cool. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Oh my gosh! And the word I will say this: the paintings, my again, not trying to gas you up too much. I do love them. They look really good.
Thank
They
you.
look really
Thank
good.
you.
Um,
Thank you.
self-taught, or are we talking Bob Ross, the University of Bob Ross, or what are we talking in terms of where you've learned to paint?
I've never really painted. Honestly, I
Mhm.
just like to draw Simpson characters growing up. That was literally it. Yes, I know. Makes sense.
Mhm.
But then painting on stream was the first real painting I did. I have
Wow.
always wanted to, but again, held myself back.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
It's kind of wild when you let it loose and when you let
Mhm.
yourself, you test those limits, test those boundaries of creativity, and are willing to fail and be a little bit goofy. That's really cool.
Yeah.
When the first thing I noticed about you was the Bob Ross and Marge Simpson, actually. Yeah, both fits. And I was like, who is this person that's going to such extremes? I thought we were doing Dead by Daylight gameplay, and now she's painting in these very intricate costumes that clearly took a lot of. You painted yourself at some point. You have the pearl necklaces. You did the hair. You did all of
Mhm.
that.
Mhm.
But that's really good stuff, man. That again is that kind of effort that I think people enjoy, and then it really makes you stand out as a streamer there.
Thanks.
Let's talk a little bit about your community, Carla.
Yes.
If
Yes.
if I say I showed up to your stream, all right,
Mhm.
and if I were to ask your community who you were, who you
Mhm.
are, and I had no idea, no pre-existing knowledge, nothing about any of that, what do you think they would say to me?
Um, that I'm wholesome. Um, I'm weird, but I'm a good weird. And that and that I care about them a lot. They know that I care about them. I tell them like every hour.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty mushy, but they know that I care. So I reckon, yeah, I reckon they would say those things. I think they would say that I'm wholesome and chaotic, but a sweetheart because they tell me a lot.
I think you might be the first streamer to answer that question where they did not say like they shit on me. Like they
Nah.
destroy me. This might be the nicest answer and the greatest answer I've heard so far. It's 54. I've done this 54 times, and you're the
Yeah.
one person to say, actually, I have a very
Yeah.
healthy relationship with people who watch me, and they respect
Yeah.
what I do and who I am as a person. I like
Mhm.
that. I like it.
Yeah.
Let's flip this. All right. Let's role reversal this question then. All right. If I
Yeah.
showed up and I
Mhm.
asked you, Carla, tell me
Mhm.
about these people that are in the chat with me, all right? Tell me
Mhm.
all these names. What would you tell me about them?
Oh, easy peasy. You ready for
Mm,
this?
yeah, shoot.
No, I would say they are honestly, and I'm not just saying this, they are honestly the most supportive,
Mm,
funny, authentic people I've ever met. And I've never had a big group of friends, and my stream feels like a big group of friends just hanging out, but I'm the only one, on cam pretty much.
yeah.
No, they are angels, they have hearts of gold. They are the people they say, "No, have a day off." "No, but I feel bad." "No, have a day off." Like they make
Wow.
sure I look after myself. We're all about mental health, we're all about, being there for each other. So
Yeah.
they look after me just as much as I look after them, and it's really special.
That's so cool. That's
Yeah.
so cool. That's the dream. That's the dream.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, of course, per stream or whatever they look for. Some people need a community that puts them in check, but you have a community that really wants you. They want the best of you. They want you to.
Yeah.
This is when I knew you had something special, Carla. Was the no cam streams?
Mhm.
Like perfectly honest. When
Yeah, yeah.
because I was lurking there and I could hear you talking to everyone, and you were very candid with them. You were
Mhm.
very candid in the sense of like, a lot of people leave because of this. You were very
Mhm.
candid where it's like, I just don't feel like I just don't want to. I want to feel comfortable, and I
Yeah.
haven't felt comfortable in a while.
Yeah.
And with my camera being broken, it was one of those things where now I kind of have a reason not to be on cam, but still streaming.
Yeah.
And again, this is for those that don't realize this. Twitch is volatile. It's a volatile business.
Mhm.
If you don't meet the demands of the public will leave. The
Mhm.
community will leave. And so
Yep.
to what you did in terms of I have to do this. I'm gonna do I'm gonna do these no cams for both my personal mental health as well as technology reasons, and
Yeah.
still see the people come in waves and stay. Most
Mhm.
importantly, stay is
Mhm.
so it really it gets me, and I love that, and I love that it's reciprocity at its finest. It's
Yeah.
both parties. It's not just the community watching you. It's you watching the community. It's both ways.
Yeah.
Um, and that's something that's really beautiful. And that's something that you don't see. We were raised in that old school mentality of the internet's a scary place, and there's a lot of
Mhm.
weirdos, and there are. Like, let's not beat around the bush. The internet is a weird place.
Yeah.
Um, but it's always cool to find the good amongst all the odd, amongst all that the scary. We have that little community that keeps us safe and strong, and
Yes.
hopefully helping one another. Carla,
Yes.
you did it. See, that's the first segment. We've done it. All right, you went through the stream and
Easy.
like easy stuff, Carla. This
Easy
is
peasy.
it's a cakewalk. With that being said, and I need to make sure you know this. Like, if you need to use the restroom, get a drink, get some food, by all means, stop me. All right, don't let me keep blabbing. I will say I plan out bathroom breaks for myself, and this is one. Okay, how many shows have you watched? All right,
for it.
you
You're like, you always go, all right, so if you need to go to the bathroom, that's fine. I do though. So I'm gonna leave you with chat for 2 minutes. I'll be right back.
Don't do my job. I'm out of a job, guys. Guys, this is gonna be one of the. She's taking it. She's taking over. She knows my script. She knows my flow, guys. It's over. It's over. I will be back. I actually don't really need. I'm gonna force myself to go to the bathroom, but for the long haul, I'll be right back. Go ahead. Everything is yours here.
All right. Hi guys, how are you? It's Carl's online here, coming to you live from my lounge room. How are you guys?
Do you ever look at someone and wonder what is going on inside their head?
No, we're not doing this. Anyway, hi guys, how are you? Are you enjoying it? Are you having a good time? I hope you're having a good time. LA! Okay, Erica, my love, how are you? Thanks guys. Honestly, I'll probably get emotional with the life story, but I'm gonna try not. If I don't do it, I'm gifting subs. If I don't cry, I'm gifting subs. I'm gonna do it. Thank you for the prime, Millie. It's not my channel, but Mums appreciates it a lot. No, but I hope you are enjoying it. I really, really hope you're enjoying it. I'm having a good time. I'm sorry you're at work though, Stony. Yeah. Clara, I mean, Clara, Carol. Hi Sassy. Hi everybody. Mum's here too. Are you liking it, Mum? I'm so new. A lot of this is new information. I think I'm in more serious mode than fun mode. That's fair. Oh, Alan, thank you for the 10 gifted, by the way. I saw the 5 before and I was trying to keep it cool and not like ruin the. But like, they were so nice. Thank you for supporting Mums. He deserves it. Can you see what I mean with how talented he is? He's really good with the flow of conversation and he's great. He's coming with the afro. He's not here right now. No, but Mums is great, guys. I knew you'd like him. Decide that we want a mother-daughter painting stream. Yes, I know. I need to make it a thing. No, guys, but he's really great. Span, that's okay. No, I understand. I get it. Thank you guys for showing up. I didn't expect you guys. I didn't expect this many. Wait, play cool. He's here. Oh, hey.
Oh my gosh, this man.
Hey.
Holy cow! What is these extra? Okay, see, this is what I mean. Like this, Carla. This is why I had to be like, yo, I have to write to I write to everyone that gifts because it's hard to break conversation. And I saw the 5 gifted, dude. Nosa, thank you so much for another 10. This is insane, guys. But again, let me earn this. All right, let me earn this. I'm here. I got it. I'm cued in. But Carla, thanks so much for hanging out here and for entertaining everyone while I was using the restroom.
Pleasure.
I will say this, Carla. All right.
Yes.
We're going into the meat and potatoes of the show. This is the heart.
Yep.
It's why I do the show. All right. All the other stuff was actually added on later, but this was always there from the start. Again, I want to be able to tell you one more time, Carla. Right? There's no BS. There's no BS. I'm not here to press anything out of you that you don't want to share. And you know, I'm all ears. I'm here to learn. I always try to walk away learning one thing new about you, the person, or the world in general. So we're going to start off with the first topic here, which is family, okay? Without doxing yourself, you can kind of use general areas. Where were you born and raised?
I was born in Ulladulla, which I know is going to sound crazy, like Ulladulla for people who aren't Australian, but I was born in Ulladulla, which is the south coast of Sydney. And I lived there for 8 years. So 8 years of my life was spent by the beach.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's expand it towards your family now a little bit. Any siblings? How is that? Let's start off with siblings. Any siblings?
2 older sisters, so they're 9 and 11 years older than me. I think Mum can probably correct me if I'm wrong, but they're much older. So
you're telling me
I'm the baby.
You're the baby.
I'm the baby.
Too. Another statistic. It's too many. I swear, it's something about the youngest child that needs to be in front of the camera and has the attitude, has that bubbly the favorites if you may, the best if you may. So you're the youngest between three sisters. Tell me the dynamic, all right? I have an older brother
Mhm,
myself, so I don't know. I want to
mhm.
learn. What is it like living with three sisters?
So I lived with because I was so much older, I only really lived with one sister because the other sister lived with her father for
Mhm.
most of my childhood. But me and Ash, we were really, really close. Like we would do everything together. I would annoy her a little bit because again, I was much, much younger.
Mhm.
But as much as it was chaotic, sometimes it was mostly sweet. She knew that she knew that I wanted to sleep in her bed at night because my room was haunted. I still say that to this day. And I'd be like,
Yeah.
"Hey, can I sleep with you?" And she'd be like, "No," and I'd get in anyway. But she would use that. She'd be like, "If you don't get me a glass of water, you don't sleep with me tonight," and I'd do it.
That's so
So, like,
true. That's
you
so
know
true. Yeah. Mhm.
but no, we had a pretty good dynamic considering the age difference,
Mhm.
with me and Ash, yeah.
And what is it now? What is, I feel like when we grow as adults, especially with
Mm.
siblings, our relationships do change. And I feel like they're more dynamic now. There's more to bring to the table from both parties. Tell me what your relationship with your sisters are now.
We're 3 different women, like, but we
Hmm.
all have the same I don't know, I feel like we all have I can't even describe the same feelings we have, but, um, they're both married, so I'm the baby and the single baby, and Ash has a daughter, so my niece, so
Mm.
we don't see each other a lot because, of course, being a mum, your time kinda goes to your daughter, and your husband and, you know, the housework, what you're cooking, like, you're not really thinking about seeing your sister every day. So we see each other for birthdays and, like, Easter and Christmas, but we don't see each
Yeah.
other a ton because we live far, like,
Mhm.
maybe an hour and a half from each other, which is super, super long when you have a kid and you don't really
Mhm.
have free time. But I like to think we're close, but we're not, like you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, we're
Yeah.
close, but we're not, like,
We don't have
calling each
that
other every day.
daily, exactly,
Yeah,
that daily
yeah,
interaction. True. Well, I gotta
yeah.
ask Carla, because I'm rounding up to that area. How was it becoming Auntie Carla for the first time?
Oh, yeah, no, that was really special. It was
Mhm.
really, really special. She's 4. She is such an amazing
Mm.
little girl. Like, she is honestly just so creative and so crazy. Like, I thought I was crazy, but I'm exhausted after playing with her. Like, she is just
Mhm.
chaotic, but she is so lovely and she is the glue that
Mhm.
holds the family together. Like, everyone
Aw,
just adores her. Yeah, we love her. We
look at
love her
that
so much.
time.
Yeah.
I would also be losing money if I did not ask. Okay, I think every sibling or most siblings have a moment, have a memory together where they were kind of partners in crime, where they did something behind the parents' backs or they had to work together some way. Where they're like, all right, I'll bail you out of this one, but we're not telling ma, we're not telling pa. Is there any moment that you can share that where you and your sis were like, all right, we gotta we gotta do
I only have
this.
1. I only have 1, and it's so stupid. I was that kid that didn't get in trouble, like, I was honestly a good kid.
Mm,
So, the only thing I can think of, which is embarrassing and it's not even that cool,
mhm.
but it was 8 AM Christmas morning one day, and I was still young enough that I wanted presents, and she was old enough that she didn't care, and I remember I was like, "Mom's not up, like, we gotta start Christmas." And my sister was like, just call the house phone and hang up." So I did. We called the house phone and we hung up and mum was up and Christmas was started. And I only told mum recently that we did that. But that's literally it. That's all I can think of.
Ground her, Mama Carla. Ground her right now, waking you up from your slumber to
It was
start
8
this
AM.
Christmas.
It was 8 AM. Come on.
That's early. She's
Please
a,
wake
she's
me
a
up.
working mother. She's over here. She needs a rest. She got a bunch of kids she's
I was
taking care of, all right?
young. I was
Oh,
young and
it was
excited. I don't
Christmas.
know. It was Christmas time. Christmas pod. Yes.
That's such a.
Yes.
I don't know why I never thought of that play. That's such a good play. Like I
Mhm.
never considered, yeah, because I've had those same moments where it's Christmas morning, you can't sleep, you're
Mhm.
so excited, and I was just like, what if I just called the phone? That is genius! Holy cow!
Yep.
Partners in crime. I love that. I love that.
Yeah. Thank
Let's
you.
shift here towards your parents. All right. Uh,
Yes.
describe your mom and dad to me the best you can.
I am literally a mum's twin. Like we are the same person. So, um, think of mum as me, but just extra funny. Like I'm not funny compared to mum. So, she is the sweetest person ever, ever, ever. So funny, so loud too. Like I don't think I'm loud, but mum's loud. But she loves that. She loves doing loud things in public and watching my reaction. But she knows that she can't get the reaction out of me because we're the same. But my sisters were like, "Mum, stop it!" But I'm like, "Yeah, pop off, queen. Like, do it." Like I'm you know what I mean? Like she's just so chaotic but so
Hmm.
good, and she really, really, really just will do anything for her children, like
Hmm.
anything. I will say that I have a sore throat, and she'll like, "Do you want me to come over and look after you?" I'm like, "Mum, I'm fine. Like, thank you, but I'm okay." Like she is just so, so caring. And then
Hmm.
dad's a fickle thing. I dad's like what you call a bogan. So you know what a bogan is?
No, not at all. What does that mean?
It's kind of like Australians redneck. They can't talk like this. Bloody
Oh.
bogan. Blah, blah,
Hmm.
blah. Like think of Steve Irwin gone bad. That's the accent. So mum's very soft spoken. Mum's very hello, darling. How are you? And then dad's like, hey, Bob, how are you? So um, I relate more to. Sorry, this is so my
No,
community know.
I love it. I love it. This is a perfect
Um,
picture that I needed in my mind. Now I understand this. Okay, I'm with you.
mum's mum's my rock.
Hmm.
And dad feels like honestly, and I mean this in the best way, dad feels more of like just a good friend. He wasn't around for most of my life, so,
Mm.
as much as he's my dad, he doesn't have the same effect on me that mum does.
Hmm.
Because mum did everything. Mum is the reason why I'm still here today. Like, she held it down. She held it down.
Mm. Mm.
Mm.
Yeah. Let me ask something first about your mom, then I'll ask one more thing about your dad, and we'll move on from there.
Yeah.
In terms of your mom, you said that you guys are so much alike. Was that something you realized, like, even from growing up, or was that something that you admired of her and then emulated?
Oh gosh, I feel like mum was always I think mum I can't really I think I've realized how alike we are in my 20s, definitely. Um, teens, I always knew that she was hilarious and she was, funny and everything, but I feel like I was still in that like, oh, I'm a bit shy, like, mom, stop it. Like, but as in my 20s, I'm like, you are so great. Like I can really
Yeah.
see all
Yeah.
her value because I'm growing up. I'm thinking I'm thinking differently. I'm meeting different people and like, I just we just match each other's crazy, really.
Hmm.
And she's been on stream before, and as soon
Ah.
as you meet mum, you're like, oh, right. Okay, it makes
Hmm.
sense because, we are just two peas in a pod. But I think 20s I realized how alike we are.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. It's so true though. Like I have that same sentiment. It's like, when you're in your teenage years, you're still trying to figure out an identity.
Yeah.
And so it's like sometimes I cringe, but I'm starting to learn that I'm more like my dad, especially with the hairline. I'm starting to realize I'm much more like my dad, as well as the humor. But
Yeah.
it's cool because it's like, I don't know. Everyone has those. I don't know if you've seen it before, especially on TV. People are like, oh my gosh, I'm turning into my parents. I'm turning into my dad. I'm
Yeah.
turning into my mom. But I don't mind it as much anymore because I'm like,
Same.
my parents are kind of cool, low key. Like I didn't
I think it's a
realize this.
compliment. I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah, I'm honestly so stoked that I see so many qualities of myself in my mum.
that's really cool. That's really
Mm.
cool.
Yeah.
Uh, this is I'm going to transition to your dad, and I know, again, I want to be able to reinforce, stop
Mhm.
me when it goes too far. I do want to ask
Fine.
though,
Yeah.
you mentioned that he wasn't really around too much when you were growing up. Can you
Mhm.
tell me how that affected you personally? Having mainly, I mean, sounds like you have such a healthy and wonderful relationship with your mother,
Mm. Yeah.
but that whole dynamic of the father figure in the household.
Mhm.
So how did that affect you growing up?
I feel like mum did such a good job that I feel like I didn't lack anything. We always called her Mad, mum and dad, and
Yeah.
honestly like mum always apologizes for my childhood, which she has no reason to, by the way.
Hmm.
And I always say, Mum, I wouldn't change anything. Like, I know she would have wanted to do more for us, but she did so much for us. She doesn't, I don't think she realizes how much.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I wouldn't change a thing. Like, honestly, like, she was all that I needed, really.
That's amazing. I love that
Yeah.
so much. I love that so much. It's true.
Mm.
With I guess in terms of your mom especially. I'm going to focus on your mom with this question.
Yeah.
What is something that she has taught you that you still hold true to your heart to this day and you want to apply it to your life?
Um, I've said this on stream, and I think about it a lot, and it's so cheesy, but she always said to me, "Carla, you never need a reason to cry." And, like, that stuck with me to this day. Like, if I wanna cry, I'm gonna cry, and I'm not embarrassed about it because mom just she just she did the same thing. Like, we'll be at lunch, and start talking about how much she loves me, and she'll start to cry, and then I'm crying because she's crying. So, we've definitely been very, emotionally in touch with each other for so many years. So that's the one thing that I always keep to my heart because I feel like society these days are
Mm.
just like you're weak if you cry, and that's not true
Yeah.
at all. It's so I definitely hold that to me close
Could, could
because yeah, you
could you give
sorry,
me
go.
the context behind that? Like I love that saying and I think it's true. But could you give me
Mm.
the context of why your ma had told you that and why that's so important to you?
I actually can't remember why she said that. I
Hmm.
really don't know what happened, but I remember in high school that I was such an emotional person that when I'd cry in like year 7 or 8, people would be like,
Yeah.
"She's crying again." And they wouldn't even come up. They'd be like, "She's crying again." Like I was just always so in touch with my emotions. But I don't know. I don't know what happened, but we've always been very emotional together and we don't hold back and she knows that. And
Nice.
I don't know. I always it's always been with me. I don't know. I can't even describe it, but
Hmm.
I just think it's so important as a streamer especially
Yeah.
to be transparent because a lot of people are watching feeling sad, feeling emotional, and to know that you're going through the same thing, I think is really special and they feel kind of I don't know, they feel connected maybe? Feel more
Yeah.
connected to you? They feel more, like, personal, and I like that because I never hide how I feel on stream, no matter what it is. Even though
Hmm.
I can apologize for it because I don't wanna ruin the vibe, I am very honest with how I'm feeling. But they like that. They like that.
Yeah. Oh, now you've gotten. You see, this is where inspiration comes in, and I want
Yeah.
people to realize that. Yes, I've given Carla like kind of a general outline of what we'll talk about, but there are no pre-planned questions for this segment. This is freestyle. You and I, we're just sitting here and we're shooting from the hip. I want to ask you this one because this is something actually I'm working on myself with my relationship
Mm.
with my specifically with my mom.
Mhm.
When you told your mom that you were doing streaming full time, uh, how did that conversation go? This is not a normal vocation. This is not a normal walk, and I
Mhm.
think the way society or even our general friends that aren't familiar with the platform look at it as something that's odd. This is not something that I'm very accustomed to. How was that conversation with your mom when you told her that this was something you were pursuing as a vocation?
All I can remember was, at the start when it wasn't, like, too serious, I don't think she realized what Twitch was, which is fair because when I first heard of it, I had no clue. So I feel like,
Hmm.
um, mum was kind of worried it was kind of like a chatterbait thing. Like, I think
Fair.
she thought it
That's fair.
was, like, more of like a cam girl thing where, like, I don't think she understood the concept of it, and she
Hmm.
was worried at first, and then when she kind of made her account and came in, she got it, and, no, I she is so supportive. She is so, so
Mm.
supportive, but she was only confused and worried because she had no idea what it was. But then
Yeah.
once she realized she just loves, the community, and she always asks after them, "How are they doing? Are they good? How's
Hmm.
Sabrina?" Like, she'll use names and everything. Um, but now she's so, so supportive. But no, she was just worried about me at first. She didn't
Of
really
course.
know if it was safe because 'cause I'm the baby,
Yeah.
but I always reassured her that it's all good. It's
That's so
fine.
cool. That's so cool.
Yeah.
I love that a ton. I love that a
Yeah.
ton. Oh my gosh. I'm jelly too now. You got me jealous. I wish there was room for one more in this family. Anyways, all right, perfect. So let's transition over to your the least sexy of the topics apparently is education. I need to come up with a different name instead of educate. I think school life or something. Education is so formal. But
Yeah.
we'll talk about this a little bit. All right. Let's go into your high school years. All right. Let's take us back to high school, Carla. You're familiar with the stereotypes, the
Mhm.
popular kids, the jocks, the dorks, the nerds, the emo kids, the outcasts. How would you classify yourself, thinking back now, who Carla was in high school? How would you classify yourself? What stereotype would you put yourself under?
I wasn't in one. I was honestly the lone wolf that got along with everybody. I didn't a floater? Is that a
Hmm.
term? Like, I
Yeah.
just kinda was friends with everybody. I wasn't popular, though. Like, I definitely wasn't popular, but
Mm.
I was well liked because I like to think I'd never caused drama. Like, I was just so chill. But I
Mhm.
was the weird YouTube girl as well. Like, people, knew I had my YouTube channel and I would make these awful videos. By
Mm.
awful, you're 14 and you're
Yeah.
creative and it's bad but good looking back. But I think I was the weird YouTube girl
Oh,
in
okay.
school.
Time out. Time. Now you got me messed up. Tell me about this. So, you started YouTube. What was the content you were creating at YouTube at the time?
My first video my first video was, Land Down Under?
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
come from the
No,
land
no,
down
no,
under.
no. Yeah, I got you. I got
I
you.
did a music video to that. That was it, and it's not good.
It's still
It's not
around?
good. It's unlisted, but I have it.
Interesting. Interesting. Hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting. It's unlisted. Someone find the link. But yeah, that's so. So
Sorry.
did you? More importantly, though, and I think this is really interesting because I've heard a lot of people start their content creation career via YouTube, especially
Mhm.
early on in high school. Did other peers of yours, did peers in high school know that you were doing this, and did they see the videos?
Mhm. So, I had a handle on YouTube. I won't repeat it, had my name in it. I won't
Okay.
repeat it even though I know some of them know it. Then the
Hmm.
reason why I don't wanna repeat it is because I wanna watch them live, I don't wanna spoil the cringe. But,
Okay.
people would, like, walk around school and call me by my username. Like, people knew I used to make videos for the school, so school carnivals and stuff. I do
Mm.
that for them and stuff. So, they knew. They knew I was doing it, but
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like some of them like them, but other people were just like lame, which is fair.
Hmm.
But all I knew was I loved to do it.
That's what I was gonna follow up with. The last person to tell me that they had a YouTube channel in high school told me that they were bullied for that. Was there any
Mm.
confrontation that came from your time on YouTube via your high school experience?
I don't think so. I honestly, if people were bullying me, they were doing it behind my back. I
Mm,
think because they knew that I wouldn't take it, so they're like, "Well, let's do it behind her back."
yeah.
Um, no, I don't. Honestly, I think they were very supportive, even if they were like supportive but thought they were cringe. Like they were still like, "Nice video" and stuff. No one
Yeah.
really. My school, for the most part, was really lovely. Like
I like that.
I was friends with the teachers because they were just so lovely. So
Hmm.
yeah, no, no one bullied me for that.
That's dope. I like that.
Yeah.
I do got to ask the layup questions here. All right.
Mhm.
Favorite subject? What was the subject that
Oof.
you loved the most?
Oof. Ooh. Probably photography or art.
Hmm.
Hmm.
What drew you there?
Honestly, the teachers. I had a teacher in high school and he was just so supportive of my personality and my creativity. And he was honestly one of my realest friends in school. And I know that sounds like,
That's
sure,
awesome.
teacher's pet, but I had a few teachers and we were good friends. Like
Hmm.
we were so good of friends that we have on school photos you can get a picture taken with your siblings. We got a photo together in year
Oh.
12. We there's a photo of us together
Yeah.
because we were just really good friends. Like it felt like we'd been friends for so long. So I think I did the class originally because I knew that he was going to be my teacher. I knew that he would, support me. He wouldn't be that teacher that's kind of like shut up, Carla. Like, and there were some teachers. My math teacher didn't like me. Old Janine did not like me. But my art teacher did, and I got to be creative and be myself, and that was really nice.
Well, I have to ask, why did old Janine not like you?
she just, when you meet someone in life and they just don't like you. You could have done
Yeah.
everything to like them. I mean, sorry, for them to like you, but they just do not like you one bit. And she
Hmm.
was the only teacher that didn't. And it got to the point where I'm like, all right, I'm gonna have fun with this. And
Hmm.
she hated being called Janine.
Oh.
But I'd be like, "Hey, Janine, how you going?" She's like, "Carl, stop calling me Janine," but I do it. So I'm like, "Well, fuck it. She doesn't like me anyway. May as well, stir the pot a little bit."
Yeah. Oh, I thought you said you weren't causing drama, Carla. It seems
That's
like you're
literally my max drama. That's max. Like, that's whoa, that's big for
Yeah.
me.
Calling them by first name. Hey, that's kind of that's pushing the envelope. Like if my parents knew that, I get in trouble for that. That's
But
disrespect. Hmm.
here's the thing, though. Here's the thing.
What?
My phone buzzed in my bag once, and she was like, "Carla, office." I'm like, "I didn't touch it. I'm sorry." She's like, "Office." I'm like, "You know what? Fine." Went to the office. There was a principal named Kenneth, and he loved me. And I was like, "Kenneth, I need your help." And he loved being called Kenneth. He's like, "What's wrong, Carla?" And I was like, "Look, Janine, Janine wants me to hand in my phone, but I need this phone to contact mum after school. Can I please just have my phone and you sign the paper?" And he's like, "All right, don't get caught." And he did that for me. Like, "Take that, Janine. Kenneth had my back."
There it is. After
Anyway.
all these years, we have it on tape, guys. Welcome in Janine. She's coming in the call. What if I had her in? We got her. We got her, Janine. I've been streaming all this time, 1 year, just to bring her on.
Can you imagine? Oh
That
my
would be
god, that'd
great.
be hilarious.
I wish. I wish. All right. That's
Oh my god.
fantastic, though. That's the
Yeah.
I resonate with that, though. I love that, you have that relationship with your teachers. And it's amazing what a good teacher can do to a student, like the inspiration and where you go in terms of your career or interests or just expanding your world in that regard. So that's really awesome that you found that through your photography and art teacher. That's really cool. Did you do
Yeah.
any co-curriculars? Did you do any sports at all either?
Not really.
Hmm.
I tried to do hockey, which was on a field, not ice, because we don't really have ice here. I
Ooh.
tried to do hockey, and I thought I was good at it, and then I just gave up.
Okay.
Uh, I think I did I do some basketball? Not really. I'm gonna say no, but I
Hmm.
dabbled. I dabbled in some sports.
Dabbled in some
Not
sports. I like that. I would say the same thing in my high school. I dabbled in some sports. It's a solid one
Yeah.
there. Um, let's move forward with this. All right. So you're going through the motions of high school, okay? And let's
Mhm.
take us upon maybe a week or even a day before graduation. All right.
Mm,
This is
yeah.
4 years later. You've gone through the ringer. You've done all the classes and credentials you needed to graduate and move on. What was the next move for Carla? Was it a 4-year university? Was it a community college? Were you working? Were you taking a break? What was it going through your mind when it was time to go out of high school?
I So in Australia, senior year is pretty much 10, 11, 12. So year 11, I almost gave up. I was almost going to throw in the towel because it didn't, school didn't feel like me. I didn't do bad, but it just didn't feel like I was meant to be in school. Like I really wanted to do editing or film or something. And then mum's like, "Carla, just keep going, get to year 12, get your high school certificate. You can do this." And I was like, "Okay, I'm going to do it for you." And I already knew what I was going to do. And I, got accepted in to get a degree in film production. So I was really excited to start my journey to uni.
Hmm.
But I was so proud of myself that I listened to mum and I didn't just drop out because I'm glad that I did finish it. I'm glad.
Can
Yeah.
we talk about that a little bit? I think this discussion is really important. I think
Mhm.
what you touched on is something that is so it needs to, I feel like this discussion needs to be normalized. It's too
Mhm.
taboo. Um, First off, can you, as best as you can you describe the feelings, the thoughts that were going through your head that you knew that school or this very traditional type of school or
Mhm.
traditional type of searching for a vocation, like someone that's studying business, someone that's trying to be a nurse or whatever, um,
Mhm.
wasn't for you?
I think I think it's because I'm very hands-on and I'm very, very creative and I'm my happiest when I'm creative. And because most of the topics in school aren't creative. Like art was kind of my only outlet and
Hmm.
YouTube and stuff. it just didn't feel right. I was just bored, and I know that it's important to go to school and get an education.
Yeah.
But by the time senior years came, I was done. I was like, I've learned enough of, history and English and math. I hated math. Fucking Janine. I'm kidding. No, but I hated math. Um, and I just knew it wasn't right. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, it was fine. I did decent. I never studied. I'll be honest with you guys. I didn't study,
Oh boy.
but I always did decent. I always did decent. Like,
Yeah.
if I studied, I would have done better. But because I knew I didn't need to get that grade to get into film school because I was
Mm.
already accepted, I was like, I'm just gonna enjoy year 12. I'm just gonna enjoy it. And that's what I did. I don't know. I think I'm just so creative that normal school life just didn't fit with me. And I feel
Yeah.
like a lot of people get that. And it may not even be creativity. It just may be you learn better, I don't know, by watching a video than writing stuff down or
True.
whatever it is. So,
A lot of
yeah.
the traditional education is memorization. That's how they value your intelligence is, can you read something and retain and then regurgitate that on a piece of paper? And
Mhm.
I've disagreed with that so long. I've never liked it. I've never agreed with it. I think I also am a hands-on learner. I'd like to learn from experiences. I do those, like, job shadowings are a really
Mhm.
good example. I love that. It's so good. Um, so you mentioned that you're going into university and you were going into film. Tell me
Yeah.
about your time. There's something so special about going into uni, especially studying or focusing on something that is you, that this is your
Yeah.
passion. Tell me about those years at uni.
They were interesting because I don't regret it at all, but I really should have studied editing, not film production. So I learnt that
Oh.
I kind of, uh I kind of learnt that I rushed into studying film. I don't regret it because I've learnt some things from it, but I wanted to do more editing, and
Hmm.
it was only that much of the degree,
Hmm.
I found out. So, it was a fun time. It was super, super fun. I feel like the university I went to now is more developed. I think it was very new when I went in, so
Hmm.
no, it was a good time. It was very creative. It was very chill. Met some beautiful, beautiful people. No regrets, but I wish I researched a little bit before going into it.
Well, you mentioned first off, can you give me the differences between both those programs, between editing and film production? And second, when you say that you should have, or you wish that you focused on editing, is it because it's more applicable today, or is it because it wasn't the right area in which would have brought you to where you wanted to be?
Mm. I feel like I just love to edit. I just
Okay.
even now, like it's just I would sit on Windows Media Maker or something, Windows Movie Maker or something, the worst program ever,
Yeah.
but the only thing I had.
Yeah.
And I would love to edit, like, that was my thing. It was just I've just felt so much like myself when I was editing.
Yeah.
But in film school, you learn, everything to do with lighting, directing, actors, cinematography, the script, like, everything you can think of that goes into a film, you learn that. Whereas if I did an editing course, it would have been, you know, for my editing. It wouldn't have been, all of that. Yeah.
That's awesome. Oh, this is the elephant
I
in the
know, I
room,
can
ladies and
see.
gentlemen. Oh my goodness. Yo, Tanner, thank you so much for the 138 person raid. Welcome in, guys. Come on in. Come on, take a seat. All right, take a seat really quickly, guys. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Moms Online. I'm a variety talk show streamer, and you guys have entered an episode of Inside the Streamer featuring our very, very, very special guest, Carla. If you guys aren't familiar with the show, we go into one streamer's life, both inside and outside of Twitch, and we just shoot the shit. We just learn about them. We take away some good story and some wisdom here. But thanks so much for coming through. Thank you so much for the raid, Tanner, and everyone with the follows, guys. I hope you enjoy. But I will be. I'm focused in here on Miss Carla's story. What you guys had just walked in on is we were talking about her high school experience, and now we've parlayed it over to the university where she's studying. You were saying how you wish you were studying editing over what was it, production, correct, or film production?
Film production.
Film
Yeah.
production. And so I asked her, in my ignorance, what's the difference and why one over the other? And she's saying how much she loved working with some shoddy system. What was it called? Movie maker.
Windows Movie Maker.
Classic Windows Movie Maker. All right, classic Windows Movie Maker. Now going over to what you were studying, which is production, correct?
Film production.
Film
Yeah.
production. So why did you end up taking that course rather than editing?
I was just so excited. I was just so excited that I applied for it and I got accepted, and then I
Mhm.
just went with it. I should have done more research, but I was so excited that I just jumped in.
Mhm.
But now I have a degree, so it's fine. But
Perfect.
should have researched.
So looking back now upon your time at uni, because I think that's a really important time. I think those are actually really, high school and college are pretty transformative. If you can, hopefully be fortunate enough to attend both, are pretty transformative, not just from an education standpoint, but from a personal standpoint, from a personal growth. Tell me how you've grown between the person in high school and college or uni.
I feel like I'm just more confident now. I've always been a confident person, but I believe in myself now. That's so
Mm.
cheesy, but in uni, I didn't believe in myself at all. I was just I look, that's all I can say. I just did not believe in myself. I don't know why. I can't tell you why, but I started believing in myself when I started streaming, and that is so cheesy, but for the past 3 years, I feel like I'm my best self. It's so cheesy, but I felt like I was meant to discover Twitch because that's where I've been shining, and, yeah, I'm just so grateful. I'm just glad that I'm a better version of me now,
I
honestly.
like that. I like that.
Yeah,
I like that a lot.
yeah.
Let's roll over to the next segment here, which is about your work history. All right. What are the
Mhm,
things that you've worked at? In total, Carla, how many
mhm.
jobs have you had? I'm talking about the ones that full positions. You've gotten a salary, not the ones that are on the table or one-off jobs,
Yeah.
full salary jobs, hourly, whatever it may be. How many jobs have you had?
Um, I'll say 3 different companies, but then different roles within them.
Within. Okay,
Yeah.
let's start off with the first one. What was it, or what did you do, and how old were you? How'd you get that job?
So in Australia, it may have changed, but when I was young, it's 14 and 9 months to start working. And
Okay.
so as soon as I hit that, I was like, I want a job. I just really wanted to work. And I applied everywhere, ended up at a grocery store called Woolies or Woolworths, and I was in the deli for 6 years. That was in my that was my high school and uni job,
Mm-hmm. So
serving
tell me.
ham.
Sounds like that was that's the main creme de la creme there. Serving ham. How did you end up getting that job? Why that specific job?
I applied for Coles, which is another grocery store, and Kmart. And I just wanted to work with people, which is kind of funny, but I was
Mm-hmm.
like, no, I'm good with people. I think I'll just try there. And those are the jobs that you go for when you're 14 and 9 months. Like that's kind of
Mm-hmm.
like it's either that or fast food. So yeah, I really liked it, and I went in with my resume, and yeah, no, I ended up getting it, and good old times in the
Was
old
it
deli.
a good experience?
It
Honestly.
was no, it was, overall, of course, workplace politics and angry customers sometimes, especially when you're 15, 16, can be quite
Mm-hmm.
overwhelming because you don't know how to stand up for yourself when you're that young, so there was some bad times, but overall, really good times. I learned a lot there.
What would you say is one lesson that you've learned that you take away from working there? I think it's such humbling beginnings. Because I agree with you. I also have worked at some those startup jobs just to get your foot in the door, get some experience, maybe some extra cash. What's something you learned from there?
Um, Honestly, I just learnt not to take shit, and I know that sounds like, "Carls, come on, ease up," but there was so many assholes that would just abuse me, and I was like, "Nah, I'm not doing this anymore." Like, I really grew a backbone at Woolies.
Now you
We
gotta.
just
Now
never
I gotta
talk.
ask what the shit is. All right. Now I gotta
You
ask
want to
what they're
hear it?
talking. Yeah, please,
I'll
please.
give you. I'll hit you with two. It's your lucky day.
Dude.
So the first one, this lady comes up wanting some bacon, and the bacon sold out 'cause it was half price. You know, there's nothing we can do about it.
Yeah.
And she proceeded to call me a slut.
How is that
Um,
relevant?
well, because I must be the manufacturer of the bacon. Like you know what? You're right. Let me just go to the car and get some more bacon for you,
Yeah.
love. Like, what do you mean? I can't do anything. And she threatened to jump over the counter and beat me up. Um, and was getting very aggressive. I can't say half the stuff she said, Toz,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
literally, this bitch, right, was like, "Yep, all right, okay now, bye bye, have a good day." Like I was egging her on, and I shouldn't have because I
Mhm.
was very young. But I'm like, no, you can't come into my deli, in my store, and threaten to beat up a teenager. Laters, bitch. Like I'm not taking that shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, just other people coming up to me and asking where the cabanossi is, which is like an Italian sausage, but being gross about it and being like, how big do you like your cabanossi? And just like being disgusting. And I'm like, sir, I'm a minor. Stop it. But yeah, no, just either disgusting people or
Really?
just rude people.
They
Yeah.
were trying to pull
Yeah.
a line like that. Yo, it's a deli, dude. Like, get your food and go. What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Holy cow, that's
Yeah.
ridiculous. That's ridiculous. I did not see. You got me. You got me kind of fucked up because I just went to the store today and like I did pass the deli out. Never in my mind was like, oh, this is it. This is where I shoot my shot. This is
This is
next to the cold cuts. This is where I'm gonna
you
shoot
do
my
with
shot.
those hands.
Hey, what is this? You got more gloves, baby? Like it doesn't register in my mind for that. But hey, to each his own, I guess, man. There's some fucking weirdos there. So how long did you last there in the deli? How long did you last in that job?
6 years.
Whoa. Okay. So there's a lot to break down from this. All right. So
Yeah.
with the 6 years, if I may ask, I know might be an obvious question to some, but I gotta ask it. What kept you there for that long?
It was because I was there in school and through uni, so it just kind of
Mhm.
funded my independence, really. I stayed there because once you turn, 18, 19, the rate is much better, and I was like, "You know what? I'm still studying. I may as well just keep this on as a weekend job," and it meant that I could buy my food and my snacks. Because I honestly, if mum says, "What did Carla spend her money on?" in high school, it's
Yeah.
food. Like, I worked at a grocery store. There's a sale, I'm getting 10. Like, it's bad.
Mhm.
No regrets, like I said, but no, it just got me through uni. That was it. That's the only
Nice.
reason.
All right.
Yeah.
Got you through uni. Uh, why did you end up leaving?
Because I got my first job outside of uni once I graduated,
All right.
which makes no sense to my degree at all. I worked at a bank, ING Australia, um, and I was there for 4 years, so I didn't do my degree
You're a
at
long
all.
termer, all right. You're in
I
for the
know.
long haul there. You're not someone that usually people are like that. I've been there 8 months, 1 year, 6 months, whatever. We
Yeah,
went from 6 years to now 4 years. This is a full 10-year span of
I
work.
know. I
So,
know.
uh, you seem to be harping on yourself when you're like, I didn't do a job that pertained to my studies, which is a lot more normal than most think.
Mm.
How did you end up at this bank?
I was applying for jobs in the industry in film, and it's really hard to get into. And I wanted money. I really wanted money. I wanted to move out. I didn't need to move out, but I craved my independence, whatever. So I applied for the bank job, the one job out of, hundreds of film jobs. And that was the only place that called because once you graduate, you need experience. So yeah, cool, I have a degree, but they look at it and they're like, yeah, but what have you done? Like it's really, really hard.
Hmm.
And I got accepted for a call center job at the bank, and I lasted a month in that role. It just wasn't me because I was so anxious. I hated talking to people. Again, ironic. And I handed in I was like, "Sorry, I can't do this. I'm bad on the phone."
Mhm.
And they're like, "Carla, we can't lose you. You have an orange personality." The brand color was orange. Let's not get
Gotcha.
into that.
Oh, that's strange. All right. That's the
It
weirdest thing I've heard all night.
I know, they have a policy called, not the policy, but if you're a staff member, it's the orange code. So, like, be responsible, be this, be that.
Mm.
Whatever. So they're like, "I'll find you a job that suits you." I ended up getting a job in the mailroom for a year, and while it was easy, it was fun, it was decent pay, the boss hated me. It was another Janine. It was just this time it's Cheryl, and she just didn't like me no matter what I did, and I actually quit. I was like, "Nah, I can't do this." And then my friend's like, "Wait, I got a job for you in fraud." And I was like, "Sign me up, baby." Ended up working in fraud. So I went from the call center to fraud. Don't know how, but I did.
What?
I know.
Wait,
So I was in
wait,
fraud for a year.
let me pump the brakes a little bit on this story. You got to tell me a little bit more about Cheryl. So,
Yeah.
understandable. You mentioned in the past where you just meet someone and their energies don't match. They just don't like you, and you could do whatever you can in life to please them and make them happy. But if they're assholes, they're assholes. What did she do to you directly that caused you to leave within a year of your time at this bank?
She micromanaged a lot.
Mm,
But I can't even give you an example. Honestly, it's such a blur, but just her demeanor towards me, she didn't really have manners, and I love manners. Like, manners for me is the most important quality someone can have. And she just didn't have any of that. And um I was really going through a hard, hard time when I was in that job. Like, my anxiety was through the roof, and she just didn't take it seriously. And I would try my best to kind of like work around trying to get better, but also show up. And she just wouldn't have a bar of it. And I was always so polite to her and so nice, but she would always just go out of her way to make me feel like crap. It was just
mm,
I can't even explain it what
yeah.
she did.
Okay.
It was kind of like gaslighting, and it was kind of
Ah,
just
yes,
toxic
gotcha.
behavior type
Perfect.
of thing.
Yeah.
It was just toxic. Yeah.
Mm. So, you leave that place, you go into fraud. Tell me what exactly is your job in fraud? I've never heard of that department, which, I mean, it sounds pretty clear cut. There needs to be a department like this at a bank. What did you do
Mhm.
in the fraud department of this bank in Australia?
So, people would either try and, pass off their bad behaviors, gambling, uh, alcohol, whatever, as fraud, or there would be people that actually would get hit with fraud and they would want their money back and tell us what time it happened, blah, blah, blah. We do an investigation.
Hmm.
And if, they were telling the truth, because we know everything, they get their money back. Or we respond and be like, "No, actually, you made that purchase.
How do
You
you
put your
know?
pin in."
How do you know, though?
Because it tells you whether they've used their PIN or if they've tapped their card. So if they said,
Uh,
"Oh, this gambling site took my money. Oh no."
mhm,
Or like an ATM, they took my money. If we can see if they've put their PIN in, so we know that you're lying to me because you just said you use PayPass.
mhm,
But I see you put that PIN in, girl. So some people would try and get money from us.
mm.
But most of the time, it was honestly there was a lot of Fortnite fraud going on as well,
Oh,
V-Bucks.
yes.
There
Oh,
was a hit
yes.
of V-Bucks, like, "My son bought V-Bucks by mistake, what do I do?" And so, like,
How do
just
you deal
stupid
with
shit.
that? If I come up to you and I'm like, Carla, my son has taken my credit card and used it
Mhm.
for $500 worth of skins from Fortnite and won't stop flossing. What would you say to me? Is that am I liable, or is that, what happens?
Usually we get an email 'cause we were an online bank, so we
Okay.
didn't have, like, face to face, but
Yeah,
they
yeah.
would fill out a template, so the call center would tell them to, f fill out a template, and they would email it us, but I feel like I can't say this, but I feel like I can't say it because it was like a policy, but
Ah,
there was a certain thing, a certain amount that we could write off and just give back.
all right.
But
That
if it was
makes
above a
sense.
certain amount,
Fair play.
we'd have to investigate because it's not worth our time to investigate $2, for example.
True, 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 true. That's fair.
But yeah, no, half the time it was under the amount, so we could just write it off, but if they kept coming back, so if they have more than, say, 3 in 3 months,
Hmm.
that's a bit sus. Why didn't
Yeah.
you it's a new card, so this one's affected as well, so,
Hmm.
we
Hide your
kinda look at
cards.
patterns and yeah, there's just
Interesting, interesting.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
fascinating. Holy cow! I didn't even know that's a job. That's so cool
it
though.
is. It was good. It
That's
was a good
sick.
time. Very busy though.
Yeah, definitely. Especially like I can resonate with you here. Yeah, I've heard it before in terms of alcohol and all this other frugal like whatever spending, just wasteful spending or whatever it may be. But to hear it from my kid and the Fortnite stuff is just not working out. I never thought that would even be covered or addressed at a bank. That's fascinating. Never thought a bank discussion would interest me so much. All right,
I know.
usually complete Debbie Downer, complete
Mhm.
mood changer there. So you you stayed there for 4 years. It sounds like the fraud department was the last place of your last stay in that bank. Why did that end up becoming, I guess, not working out with you?
I was overworked in the fraud department. I was doing overtime when I got home. I was doing overtime on the train home. Like I was constantly working because the queues were just so out. Like our queues were 30 days old. Like we
Holy.
had
Oh, I think she got frozen, guys. One moment. Let me make
I
sure.
did it.
You did. You did it. You did it. You're here. Phew. Oh, no. Oh, she just.
It froze.
Yeah, but
Am I
you
back?
redid it. You're good. You're good.
Wait, I'm back.
Yeah, you're
I'm
back. You're
sorry. I
back.
wanted to redid it.
I no. I thought
See, I
I
told
was.
you this would happen.
Usually it's on my end, Carl. I'll be honest with you. Usually it's on my end.
Trying to
But
spice things up here.
keep me on my toes. All right.
Yeah.
Truly keep me on my toes. So let me ask you this, all right? So what we were talking about is you're getting overworked. You had 30 days of queues, 30 days of inquiries that were being sent to you because of all this fraud. How do you address to upper management that you're being overworked? How do you address the obvious that it's time for you to go?
They honestly back then management were terrible. There were some good ones, but they didn't care. We needed more staff. They didn't put any on. You know the typical uh bank jobs or not
Yeah.
what's the term? Business jobs? I don't know. Corporate, that's it. They don't care as long as they're
Mhm.
getting paid. But it got to a
Yeah.
point where I was like, "You know what? We finally did get it down to 0 days. I did over 20,000 fraud cases in like a few
Yeesh.
months. Yeah, I was pumping it out. But it got to a point where I was like, "You know what? I did the bank and a pub job and Twitch, which was stupid, but I did that for a little bit and then I just was like, "You know what? I'm gonna go to pub work. That is just easier, less stress," so I had thought. And I resigned and I worked in the pub for a year.
Holy
Just the pub.
cow. All right. So now we're going on to the pub. That being said, I am chugging this water, Carla, all right? I'm chugging
Go
this
to the
water.
bathroom.
It's you too? You can go first.
I'm fine. I actually don't need to.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I know you do though. I know you give me the
Eh,
water eyes. Go
I
on.
just chug this water so I don't get dry mouth. All right, I will be right back.
Go
Give me
on.
one more minute. I'll be right back.
Okay. Hey guys, how are you? Sorry about me. This bank talk is so boring to you, I'm sure. But it's just real. It's real. It's what I went through. Bonk. How are you guys? How are you? Not the bonk. How are you? What are you doing? How are you feeling? Are you liking it? I hope you are. I know it's kind of like, oh, bank talk, but don't worry, we're warming up. We're warming up. I was so good. Are you proud of myself for not crying, Mum? I didn't go into too much detail with Dad to save myself from crying. So proud of me. So proud of me. Didn't want to bring up my childhood trauma. Cher, how are you? Hi, Little. Hi, Dev. Unless you've been privy to a. Oh wait, you're talking about hookers. Okay, never mind, Dev. Hi, sweets. How are you? It was interesting to say the least. Ready to hear some more pub stories of all the weirdos, dude. Stupid shit. Why do people even harass people in pubs? Let me work. Let me do my thing. No, I have another story. I don't think I've told some of you. Maybe a year ago I've told this story. I thought I was gonna cry, but I didn't. I was crying for both of us. Oh, Mom. I knew you would, my little honey pie. I study workplace psychology. Yes, I love that stuff, Little. I love that. Can we hear the phone story? The phone story? Oh, shit. I forgot about that. Young Tammy, you're so nice. thanks for wanting to support. I appreciate it. Um, but no, anyway, guys, I hope you're enjoying yourself. Oh, he's back. Play it cool. Anyway, that's
Up? What's up?
hey,
What is this
how are
chatting? What is
you?
this just chatting? All right. What is this? Um, I hear you got a phone story for me. Is this
A phone.
true?
Oh,
Crazy? Is it crazy?
we'll get into it. We'll get into it. We'll
Okay,
get into
okay.
it.
I thought I had passed it, so that's why I wanted to give you a shot to come back to it. Um, is it correct? Is that in the what department is the phone story? Just so I don't forget.
The pub. The pub.
Okay, well now that we are at the pub, all right,
Mhm.
I'm fascinated by that. I think they have people who work at the pub, at clubs, or whatever, have some of the craziest stories. So talk to me about your experience there. How long did you work there? How did you get connected into working at the pub? The whole nine
Okay.
yards.
All right. Well, so 2 years ago I moved out by myself, so no roomies or anything.
Okay.
And it brought me to this location, Western Sydney. I moved here purely because it had good Australian internet for Twitch. So I knew I'd get good internet and I could live by myself because it wasn't that expensive. I know I moved for Twitch, all right? Sue me.
Wow.
And there was a local pub, there, and I knew nobody, and I would just go there and just try to meet people, and I ended up meeting friends and, ended up knowing the staff, and I was there so much, not drinking, I don't drink, I just wanted to go and dance, I just literally wanted to sober dance.
Mm,
I ended up meeting the staff and the licensee, and they were like, "You would be good here," and I was like, "Okay, I would love to," because I loved the place.
mhm.
And I ended up snagging a role in gaming, which is poker machines, so I was the attendant in the gaming room, so I would just talk to guests, give them drinks, food,
Cool.
just hang out with them, which is kind
Nice.
of like a mini stream. Honestly, it's like streaming kind of,
How so?
except food. Because I'm there talking to everyone in the room. Like there would be 27 people in there at a time, and I'd be having, chats with all of them, making sure they're enjoying themselves,
Mm,
looking after them. So it was honestly just like streaming, but not streaming. Like it was just I would just talk to people really.
cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
And yeah, did that for a year and I loved it, but it's not an amazing place to work long term. It's good for, a year, but
Mhm.
not really like a career
Yeah.
personally.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your time at the pub. I'm gonna ask you the
Mhm.
very obvious question I've asked many in terms of the work there. Tell us some
Mhm.
crazy stories. Tell us about your experience there.
Um so the phone story, I just finished work and I usually felt I feel pretty safe there because the security guards were amazing.
Hmm.
And I put my phone down stupidly on the DJ's table because I was dancing right in front of it. So I'm like, no one's gonna steal it right in front of me. Anyway, turn around, my phone's gone. Um, so I immediately go to the cameras, see if we can find out who did it. Like I'm trying to look at the cameras, and then I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna scope out my phone. I'm gonna scope this out because I know what my wallpaper is, and I know my phone model. I'm gonna find this anyway. See this
Ooh.
person, see this woman with my phone on top of her phone. And I'm like, all right, Apple has raise to wake. So if she moves for a little bit, I'll see her wallpaper and I'll see if it's mine. Anyway, so she moves and I see it. I see the neck of my, at the time, lover as my wallpaper. And I'm like, that's his neck. I'm going in. And the security guard's like, Carla, don't. I'm like, I got this. And I was like, hi, I'll be taking that. And they're like, oh, no, I was going to give it back. I was just waiting for you to call. I'm like, how would I call, idiot? On my imaginary phone? Like, you should have handed it in. She's like, oh, I was. I'm like, it's been 45 minutes. You were gonna steal that phone. Stay away from me. And then I was feisty too. That was like mild spice, what I just
Holy
showed.
cow!
I
What the?
snatched it out of her hands. I was like, nope, give it to me.
No dice. Yeah.
Mhm.
Holy
And then I
shit.
was on the dance floor, just getting in, and she came up to me drunk, and she's like, "You were mean to me. Why did you do that?" And I was like, "'Cause you stole my phone." She's like, "No, I didn't. Stop yelling at me." And I was like, "I'm removing myself from this situation." I just walked away from it.
This is enough for me. All right.
Yeah,
Yeah. I feel that. I feel
you
that
know.
though.
But the worst experience I had was thankfully it was caught on camera. I was doing my ponytail in the gaming room, so I had my hands above my head, sorry.
Okay.
And this guy I was talking to at the time pinched my nipple, just groped me, just groped. And I've never experienced this before, so I was in shock. So now, yeah, I know. So when
That's
people say when they get
brutal.
harassed like that, when they're in shock, I never understood it because I didn't experience it. So I was like, what just happened? And I went to the blind spot. We had a blind spot in the room and I was just crying. I was like, what the fuck just happened? Like I was in such shock and I was so like, ugh, I just felt gross. And
Violated.
and I didn't tell anyone for an hour because
Yeah.
I know, because I knew they were close with the licensees and I was like, I don't want to cause trouble. And then my security guard came up to me and they're like, what's wrong? And I told them. And like, why wouldn't you tell me? Where is he? Where is he? Like he got angry. He was like, where is he? And he can never return to that pub ever again. He was lifetime banned. But we got the footage. We got the footage from it. And you can see when it happens, I literally don't know what to do. Like I just walk out of the room and I just yeah, no, it was
What
really weird.
you mentioned that this was someone that you were talking to at the time.
Mhm.
Why? I guess you wouldn't be the person I would be asking, but I guess in your mind or in the situation, like, what comes about someone to do something like that? You know, again,
Mm,
this is someone you were talking to, you had trusted, and they just randomly go too far, especially in public.
mhm,
Like, I assume that it was, you know, everything was cut off after that moment. It was done.
mm. I don't know. I think he was maybe slightly intoxicated,
Ah,
and
of
it was
course.
kind
Yeah.
of the
Well,
same way. He kind of did it like it was like a fist bump. It was kind of like "see you later" and walked away. And then when his friend asked why he did that, his response was, "Oh, I didn't mean it like that." Oh, okay. So what was that meant to mean? Then
still really
that makes no
cringe. Doesn't
sense.
matter.
Like, why would you
That
say that?
doesn't matter.
Anyway, so he's banned, but, like, that
Yeah.
was the time I was like, "I can't do this for much longer." Like, it was just, like, I
Mhm.
had people literally shitting their pants in that room. Um, I had to clean that up, tasty
Literally,
stuff.
someone's taking a dump.
Yeah,
What do you
s
mean?
a
You got to give
woman,
me that story. You got to give me that story too.
I've got 2 stories. So the day before I was going on leave, this woman was just urinating while playing a game, and it was flowing, and I walked up to her and I was like, "Um, "Wh what are you okay?" And she's like, "What?" I'm like, "You're urinating on the seat." And she's like, "Oh, sorry." I'm like, "You're gonna need to leave."
She
And so
said
we had
so.
to
Hey, it is what it
she was
is.
just like,
I'm
"What?"
killing it here.
Yeah, I'm winning, I'm winning. Anyway,
I'm
and
winning
then
a crap done. Yeah,
I'm
no, that's.
winning. So that was clean, that was a moment. And then the day I returned from holidays, this woman obviously must have been, about to go on Mum's Online the next day or something because there was trails of shit leading to the toilet. And then all over the toilet, on the floor, just I'm sorry guys if you're
If
disgusted
anyone's
by that.
eating right now,
Excuse me,
yeah,
I'm
put
so
it
sorry.
down for a while or mute us.
And so I literally was just and I was rating on my friend. I was like, "Jake, copy." He's like, "Copy. I'm gonna need to come down here, man. I'm gonna need some support." He basically did the whole thing. There's a photo of it. I have the photo of us cleaning it. Um, and you can see my face is just like, "Why am
Oh,
I here?"
yeah, that's disgusting.
But
Did
yeah,
you
no,
even
I've dealt with all of it.
did you even have a craps table there? I know that's low hanging fruit of a joke, but
No,
like that's still this.
no.
Yikes, ma'am! Yikes! Part of me also thinks it's vengeance. Part of me thinks it's like, well, she told me I couldn't pee here. Well, this is not pee,
It
and
was a different
look for
lady.
yourself. Oh,
Different.
it's a
Trust
different lady.
me.
If I
Trust
go on
me.
Yelp, is this what the bar is known for?
No, the thing is, it's such a good bar. It's such a good
Yeah,
bar. It's safe, it's great, but you just because it's in Western Sydney, any
yeah.
of my Australians will get this. It's Western Sydney. You're gonna get, some
Some characters. I got
characters.
you. I got
Yeah.
you. I got you. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Holy
Um,
cow.
but yeah, no, very had some stalkers, had some poo, had some urine, did it all.
You know, you spoke at the beginning of the show about forming tough, thick skin, and I think
Yeah.
this place also really prepared you for Twitch. Um,
Mhm.
I'm gonna ask you because I think this is such valuable. Again, it's not too many people worry about the title, the pay of a job, but this is pretty big experience, and it sounds like you had both good and bad from it.
Mhm.
What
Yeah.
is something that you've taken away that you still hold close to your heart that's taught you or matured you as a person?
Oh god. I just I became so hardworking at that place. I worked hard at the bank, but I worked harder at the pub, which is interesting. I can't tell you why. But I think it was because it had elements of Twitch there, like I said, with the talking and the multitasking that I was really thriving. I was actually really good at the job
Yeah.
apart from the literal shit parts of it. Um yeah, no, I think it's just it honestly just had elements of streaming in a weird way. Like I really learnt my strengths and my strength was people at that job.
I like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. So we go on from there, and it looks like you would classify Twitch as your full time job. This is your everything here. This is your
Mhm.
your tried and true. Um, we did cover quite a bit in the beginning about your experience on Twitch. Let me ask, is there anything in terms of advice you would give to smaller streamers on how to cultivate and grow their channel in a healthy manner?
I think one, don't push yourself. Don't do 12-hour streams 6 times a week. Really just stream as long as you can. Don't force, big streams equal success. It doesn't. Just stream when you can, when you're feeling good.
Mm,
And also you attract your viewers. So if you, for example, if you have toxic tendencies, your community are going to have toxic tendencies. So I was
yeah.
always trying to be 110% myself, which is mushy and sweet and wholesome. And somehow I did attract that. Somehow I found my people. So I think depending on what you want to do, if you're not going to be like a character or like a persona, I
Hmm.
think be 110% yourself because you
Mm,
will attract the same people, like-minded people. And
yeah.
it's true, honestly. You just really got to be yourself if you're not putting on a persona.
It's really great stuff. How
Mm.
about this? I know that in recent years, especially in 2020 with Corona, mental health has been in the forefront of discussion for
Yeah.
content creators, for streamers, especially on Twitch. How do you manage that? How do you deal with days that your head's fuzzy or you're down in the dumps or you just aren't yourself? How do you deal with mental health when it pertains to Twitch, especially for those that have made this their full-time gig and they're trying to, they have to make ends meet?
Um I so with the no cam thing, that's a recent thing. I've always had my cam on no matter how, hard I've had it or if I've been sick or whatever. But recently I found that turning off my cam has been the most relaxing thing, especially if I have anxiety. And I people can't tell that I have anxiety because I seem normal, don't I? But inside I struggle a lot. So
Yeah.
um turning the cam off was the biggest help for me and actually taking mental health days. And that is my community that they're the ones that tell me to have a day off. Even if I've had 3 days off, they're like, have the fourth. Like if you need to do this, we're here for you. Because I always want to give them 110%.
Mm,
And I feel bad when I can only give them 20%. So I either have the day off, or I just turn my cam off. And if I cry, they can't see it, but I'll tell them anyway, just so they know. But no, like I'm just very honest with them. I'm so straight up, and they know that I haven't been eating, not eating, I haven't been sleeping well for a long, long time.
yeah.
So if they ask me how I am, I'll say, look, I'm happy, I'm good, I'm healthy, but I am exhausted. So apologies for that. Like I tell them exactly how I feel so they know what they're in for. Um, no, I just be honest with them and I take the time if I need.
That's
But
so
I'm
good.
always transparent.
I was going to ask you that. There are some that believe that how do I say this? In terms of gaming and the hype music and the lights and all that you're creating an environment that's very fun and very energetic and all this. And that's not very much reality, but they do this because they realize that, I need to create an environment that's fun and nobody wants to hear me about in this side of my life. They want to they want to see the comedian smile, not cry.
Yeah.
How were you able to bridge that gap of, what? I'm human. It feels a lot. I see a lot of humanity in your streams. A lot of you
Mhm.
being so transparent that it blows my mind sometimes because I
Mm,
try to do my gig here and I try to hold my head high and put on a
mm,
face and we'll do our tap dance. We'll dance and we'll laugh and we'll
yeah.
sometimes tear up, but even those tears are somewhat predetermined in terms of like I know that this topic is going to hurt me or this topic's going to be candid. But there are still days as streamers where we wake up and we just don't know, or we have those
Yeah.
insecurities and anxieties. How are you able to bridge that gap between entertainment and authenticity?
I feel like this stems from mum again when she said, never need a reason to cry. But I've always been like this on Twitch. I may have not had the audience for so long, but I've literally never changed. I used to cry so much when I was
Mm,
so small over the smallest things, but it was only because I've never felt, apart from my family, I've never had a group of people in my life that are just so for me. Like I've never experienced that, and still to this day, it still blows my mind. Like it's still not, oh, just no, a sub is a sub. Like what the hell?
mhm,
Like you're supporting me? What the fuck? So I've always been that way, and people who've been here for years can vouch that I've literally never changed. If I want to cry, I cry.
yeah,
And yeah, sure, maybe people have left, but the real ones have stayed. The important ones have gone, you know what?
yeah.
I like that you're human. What the hell? It's like, of course I am. Just because I'm a streamer doesn't mean I'm not human. Like,
Hmm.
so I've just always remained the same. Always, always. Now I just have an audience that, you know, accepts it.
That's so cool. That's
Yeah.
so awesome. That is so awesome. I love that so much, Carla.
Yeah.
Um, let's move on to the final topic of this evening for life story.
Yes.
All right,
Okay.
it's the one that I think a lot of people watching tonight are gonna be tuning that dial a
Oh
little bit
god.
louder. All right, Carla. It's about
Yeah.
your romantic history. All right.
Okay. Yes.
Um,
I'm ready.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
I'm ready for
Similar
my
to
close-up.
similar to your work history, I'm gonna do it the same way. All right. I want the official relationships. I want the relationships that you would call your significant other, not the ones that were just flings or maybe you texted them a little bit and then it fizzled out. I want the real deal, Holyfield. How many
Mhm.
relationships have you had, Carla?
Okay, I'm gonna go, let me think here. I'm gonna do,
Oh
like, the
wow.
real ones. No, like, I wanna do it
Oh
real. I don't wanna do
oh.
the, not the, like, "You're cute," like, the relationships. I'm gonna say, uh, 3. 3 relationships.
Mhm.
3. Yeah.
3 relationships. Okay,
Mhm.
okay. So let's start from the very first one, all right? How old were you? How did you guys meet?
Oh god. So, set the scene. I
Please.
was on my checkout at Woolworths, and on the checkout next to me was Damien, and it was love at first sight or love at first scan. And no, but seriously, I was so young. I think I was 15 at the time, and I
Yeah.
was in love with the idea of being in love. Like I was just like, I
Interesting.
want a boyfriend. Like it wasn't, you know what I mean? It was just yeah. So Damien was my first love.
Mhm.
Um
What
and
caught your
yeah,
eye?
he was helpful.
Oh my gosh. All right. All right. All right. All right. I'm over here trying to take notes. I'm over here trying to understand. All right. Okay. Check out. Helpful. Capital H. There you go. I'll what? He was helpful,
I
Carla.
was 15. That's nearly 10 years
That's really cool.
ago.
That's really cool. I like that. That's sweet. That's sweet. So he was helpful. Um, how did this relationship even start? So you noticed him. Who made the moves? Where did the communication start? Who got, walk me through it.
This is such a blur, but I think I kind of, like, started it, but then he, like, finished it. Like, once we're in a relationship, he was head over heels. I don't think anyone has loved me like Damien did. Like, he
Wow.
was just so in love with me, and as I grew up in that relationship, yes, it was only, like, 1 year, but 15 and 16, as you're
It's
aware, like,
big.
you grow up. That's a big jump,
Yeah.
and, I remember when I turned 16, I was just like, you're great, but this doesn't we don't mesh at all. Like, we didn't have anything in common.
Mm.
He was awkward but lovable. He was awkward, but he was lovable. He wasn't a bad person, but he was very, 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 very religious as well,
Mm.
very awkward. Like, honestly, the word to describe Damien is diddly. By the way, he's happily married now, guys. It's fine. But he is diddly.
What's
Yeah,
diddly?
Damo.
I've never heard of diddly.
That's a word mum and I use. So diddly is kind of like awkward. Like, he looks a
Oh,
bit
okay.
diddly.
Okay.
Yeah, diddly.
Interesting.
But yeah, no, yeah. Sorry.
You said you used a very powerful statement there, though, Carla. You said that he you gave him the highest accolade in my mind, where it's like no one will love me as intensely as Damien. What did he do that showed that kind of affection?
He was just super, super romantic. He would write me like love letters every day. Like he was just so for me.
Wow.
He was planning our future together, and I'm just like, dude, I'm 15. Like it's not gonna work
Yeah.
out. But like no, he was a bit intense. Like his love was intense. And it was young love, you know what I mean? It wasn't
Yeah.
like love. It was like
Yeah.
love.
Hmm.
And when I sent him the message like we need to talk, he walked an hour because he didn't drive. He walked an hour to cry with me on my porch to try and save the relationship. So no one would walk an hour to see me now. Like, bitch, please. Like, it's 2021.
The Uber there.
So
Oh.
yeah, I'll just book an Uber Black. Give me a sec, babe.
Can we Uber
Um,
pool there? Can you meet me in the middle? Is there not? No, but that is really sweet. That's really sweet. I
yeah,
like that a lot.
very
That's
dedicated.
that's a very gentleman move. Um, Tell me this. Where you mentioned that you guys didn't have much in common. He was a little limp. When you decided to end the relationship, how did you go about doing it?
That was we were crying on the porch
Mhm.
together because I felt horrible. I didn't want to break his heart, but it just we weren't a good fit. We really, really
Yeah.
weren't. And as much as he had, he was really, really lovely. It didn't make sense. Like I
Mhm.
was just so in love with the idea of my first love that I was like, "Yep, Damien." Like it just is silly.
Mhm.
Um, we did remain friends. We did work with each other in the deli, which was really awkward. And someone would try to hit on me, and he'd be like, "She's 16." Like he would butt in and be like, "Don't." Like it was weird.
Yeah.
But then he's happy now. He's married,
Mhm.
and it wasn't meant to be. But I
Mhm.
felt really bad. I didn't want to hurt the guy's feelings. It's just
Mhm.
I think even he could look back now and be like, "Oh, we weren't a good fit at all."
You ever like keep up with him? You know? You ever clearly
Once a year.
platonically? Really?
Once a year? No, we haven't spoken, but once a year, I'm
Oh,
like, "I wonder what he's doing," and I'll try and find him and be like, "Oh, he's married, good." Because he was my first boyfriend, like, I'm
yeah.
curious, are you good? Are you alive? But,
Yeah,
like,
totally.
that's once a year,
Yeah.
it's not really a thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's move on from Mrs. Damien, all right? We've grown up a little bit. We realize that ain't your flavor. That ain't your type.
Ain't my
Um
flavor, like David. What's my flavor?
Yeah, what okay. Yeah.
Tell me
So
what's my
so the,
flavor. Ooh.
this is what it feels like when the now the Americans being impersonated at this point. This is what it feels like. All right, now I understand. All right, Carla, thank you so much. Limp flavor.
Mom, stop.
Damn,
Mom.
damn, holy, jeez, Louise. It's one thing to be roasted by the ex, but the ex is, jeez, Louise. I'm sweating for him. Let me let's hope he doesn't stumble up across the VOD.
No way.
Let's see here. Go on to the next one. How
Mhm.
old were you with your next relationship, and how did you meet the person?
I think I was 19. It was my university boyfriend, Jordan.
Okay.
And this one was a better fit. This one was a better fit. We were honestly two peas in a pod. Really sweet. We
Mm,
dated throughout uni. I think it was a year and a half we lasted, maybe. Super, super close with his family. Like I was a part of the family. When we broke up, I was breaking up with the family. It was really tough. Um, Still limp. Yes, mum, still limp. But no, no, he was lovely, but it just I don't know what happened. We just kind of were like, this isn't working, and we now he's married too. So honestly, the curse
man.
of Carla, you get married after you
Yeah.
date me.
It's like that Good Luck
It's
Chuck
fine.
movie. That's
That's right.
insane. Yeah.
Mm,
So with this one, this one seems a little bit more vague though, Carla. You're like, it
yeah.
just one day we figured out it didn't work. But you said it's better than your last relationship. How does that work out? What do you mean by
I don't
that?
know. I don't know. The
Mm,
thing is, I feel like you get this, right? And many people will get this.
okay.
Your early 20s, even like 19 to 21, who the
Hmm.
hell are you? And then
True.
like 22. onwards, you're like, "Oh, this is who I am." You figure it out. So
Hmm.
I was still Carla back then, but I wasn't Carla. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So it got to the point where we weren't trying anymore. Like both of us were kind of just like, "What do we do now?" Like it just kind of ended by itself. It's
I
really
like
odd,
that.
but
I like
it
that
just
a
we
lot,
knew it
though.
just wasn't. Yeah,
The way you recognize that, what do we do now, especially so early on? Because it's true. It's
mm,
like we're pretty young. Did we really meet everyone in the world that we needed to meet, or at least enough people
yeah,
to
yeah,
justify that we're gonna take it to that next level of being steady and all that? That's really cool, though, and and
yeah.
and that self awareness. So
Mm,
it seems like this person is of no note. You know, he's not the first one in the relationship. He's still kind of limp, and he's got nothing going on there. But he was your uni. He was your uni boo at the time. So how long did
yeah.
that relationship last?
That was a year and a half.
Okay. What did you learn from that relationship?
What did I learn? Oh God, did I learn anything from it? Um, Not
Well,
in a bad way. No, not we were
yeah.
just so similar at the time. I think maybe the only thing I can say is that I was just learning what I do not want in a relationship and what I do like. Like I feel like every relationship you have, you kind of go, "Oh, okay, well, I like that, but for in the future, I don't want that. That's not really my thing." Or you know
Mhm.
what I mean? Like it's just you kind of realize who you fit with and who you don't. And I think yeah, no, I think at that time in my life, again, I wasn't really the best version of myself and I was just so lost. I was so, so lost. So I think I was lost in that relationship too.
Mm.
Weird. I don't know. I'm sorry.
No, 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 no. I like that. No, when I say this is I make extra noises for me to digest the information. So it's a placeholder for the silence is what I do. But I like that a lot. So let's move
Yeah.
on to your third relationship.
Yes.
Okay.
That was Adam, and I think we were together for 2 years.
Wow. How'd you meet
2
Adam?
years? A dating app. A dating app.
Did you
A
swipe
dating
right
app.
or did you super swipe right?
Well, it wasn't on Tinder. It was this app that just came out called Happen. I don't think many people
Oh, I've
know of
never
this
heard of
app.
that one. No.
So how that works is, say if I'm at Central Station and he's also at Central Station, we cross paths and we have the option to like each other. So I think we're at the same place and we cross paths. Very creepy if you think about
Yeah,
it.
I've never heard
Not a
this
popular
concept
app
is
now.
yeah. That seems a lot very tense app. All right.
Yeah.
So cross
Um,
pass, you
Cross
swipe you
paths.
yeah.
We like each other and then we just we start talking. Yeah.
What was the so how was that? How do you break that kind of ice? How do you break that kind of tension? Because it's such a new app. It's two people on a new app.
Mhm.
You guys have accepted each other's, I guess, invitation to flirt. That's such a formal way. That's such
I
a weird.
know.
Yeah,
I know.
it's so
Care to
robotic.
flirt?
Yeah. Hello, I've accepted that I'm attracted enough to you that I'll give you a try.
Yeah.
Um, what was the first date like? What was the first meetup? What did you like about him the most?
Mm. I remember the first date was actually really lovely. It was very low key. We just had some food by the ocean because I lived across from the beach at the time.
Hmm.
And we just had some food and we just went on a walk and it was just so natural. Like it was the first time where I was like, "Whoa, this is what compatibility feels like." I've never really felt it. And so it was really, really nice. We were getting along really, really well and the first date went really, really well. Um Yeah, no, I can't say anything bad about the first day. It was very chill, but it was
That's
very
awesome.
nice. Yeah.
So, 2 years is a lot of time. So you've learned a lot about each other. Uh,
Mm,
where did the relationship go from there? I mean, it sounds like, I guess the main priority, I think we know how the ending went.
yeah.
What I'm asking is more around the lines of what went wrong, I guess.
Mm. Um, so we dated from I was 20 when we met, but we didn't actually date until I was around 21. And he was 5 years older than me, so his friends didn't really take me seriously for my age. They were kinda just like they were just kinda rude, didn't really wanna get to know me. I would try, they would shut me down, and he never really stood up for me. So
Damn.
that was the thing that I was like, "You have so much good. You tick so many boxes, but you're not standing up for me, and I don't want someone to let people, shit all over me. I get that you're friends. I'm not gonna say don't see them, but all I want from you is to just go, 'Don't talk to my girlfriend like that.'" You know what I mean? So that was kind of the downfall of that relationship. We're still good friends. He's a family friend. My family adore him. So um, he's still very much loved in the family, but it's just something that I don't think will ever work.
I was gonna
Because I
ask
really,
you,
yeah,
is
it's
is
not
there
gonna work.
any hope of him returning? Is there any shot that he could shoot to fix the relationship?
We've tried in the past. We have tried, and because I've known him for nearly 5 years now, so
Yeah.
we have tried. But look, I just think people want different things. People see things in different perspectives. So I don't think he'll really truly ever get how I felt, and I don't hold that against him. But yeah, it's just not gonna work. There's no
Mhm.
effort anymore. Like, we're friends, but he never really wanted it didn't really feel like he ever wanted me back. It was kinda just like, I guess. It's like, "No, I want someone to want me. I don't want someone that's just like, yeah, okay." Like, I'd rather be with someone that thinks I'm great and vice versa than someone that's like, "Sure." You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
don't wanna be the Damien. Like, I don't wanna
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
I'm kidding,
Whoa.
I'm kidding.
I like that. There's something that was kind of I like the callback. I like the callback. I can respect that. But let me ask one more question about that relationship. All right.
Mhm,
You I'm going to assume something. Correct me, all right?
mhm, mhm,
It You didn't just give him one shot to fix this. You
mhm.
gave him multiple, correct?
Yeah.
And time, he never stood up. He never told his friend. He never, it was not even behind closed doors. He's like, "Hey, can you guys lay off my girlfriend at the time?"
Yeah, lots, lots.
Wow, really? That's wild.
Yeah,
That kind of blows
yeah,
my mind. Yeah, that you
yeah,
would see, because that it's one of those things where it's like, and maybe I'm coming in with a bias because it's an external point of view, so I'm looking from the outside in. But
yeah,
like, if someone's mad and it's a constant source of your problems, wouldn't you want to address that?
yeah,
To whatever
yeah,
degree. I'm sorry,
yeah.
but that just doesn't sound right to me.
Yeah, it
Interesting.
wasn't ideal. Yeah, but it's okay, you learn from it.
Hmm.
You learn
Yeah.
from it.
So tell me where you're at now, then, with your romantic history, with your romantic life.
Oh god. I feel like I'm in a fickle place. I feel like for the first time last year, because I've always kind of had a partner. Like, through school I had a partner, through uni I had a partner, first job I had a partner. So for the first time in my life, 2020, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna date myself. Like, I am honestly dating myself. I'm gonna
I like
figure
that.
out what I want. I'm gonna find myself. I'm gonna grow my channel. I'm going to
Mm,
do everything I haven't, done because I was, trying to be the best version of myself in a relationship. Like, no, I can be the best version of myself by myself. So
mm,
2020 it's okay. It was a bad year, but it was a great year because
mhm,
I got partnership. I was working on my channel. I was working on myself, and yeah, no, I'm the best version of myself, and I'm open to dating, but it's really hard to date because I'm so busy. I'm so
yeah.
tired, and I feel like I'm a handful in little ways. Like, you really have to work around schedules, and you
Mhm,
have to understand that people are going to come in and be like, "You look beautiful today." Because I've had, people in the past who hated that. And it's like, well, they don't mean anything bad. They're just complimenting me.
mhm.
So I don't know. I'm open to it, but I'm taking it slow because I don't want to rush into anything.
Where do you think you've improved on yourself the most in the past year in 2020?
Everything, like every aspect of myself. Honestly, 2020 was just I'm still me, but it's like, how the iPhone has iOS like
Yeah.
7, or like I'm just a new update. You know what I mean? I'm just a better version.
Yeah.
I have new emojis. I'm better. All the good shit. Uh, no, but no, I feel like I know what I want. My passion has never been so like fueled. I'm living by myself. I'm independent. I love my alone time so, so much. Like, I
Mhm.
crave being alone now. Like, I've always thought, "Oh, I need to be with someone. I'm alone." But it's like, "No, you don't. You
Yeah.
don't need someone to fulfill that. You can just do other things."
Mhm.
So, I just feel like I'm the best version of myself, and I'm still improving. And I got my cat. She's not here, but I live with Mimi. She's
Aw,
beautiful. So I live with my kitty, and I'm just doing my thing,
that's
honestly.
awesome. I got one more
Yeah.
question for you on
What
romance.
is it?
All
What is
right,
it,
I got
baby?
what.
What is
Okay,
it?
hey, this is my rasp. All right, that's my bit. All right, you can't be taken by flow. There, you already know my script.
I'll do whatever I want. Yeah, go on.
I'll ask you this. Carla. All right,
Yeah.
for all the guys or whatever, whoever wants to shoot their shot right here, right now, what are the qualities that you, not here right now, but in
Oh.
general, all right? Not here at this very moment, all right? I got a show to
Oh,
run.
what's going on?
You know, we
Okay,
bring in, this
sorry.
is now a dating show now. You know, for anyone that's
Here's
interested.
Damien.
Hey, whoa, whoa,
Damien
whoa.
walked out the
Happily
back.
married. Listen,
I
happily
left
married.
my wife.
Oh my
Sorry.
gosh, Carla. Oh
Sorry, go
my
on.
gosh. No. Tell me what do you value the most from a significant other? What are your types? I don't like saying what's your type because I feel that's too generalized. But what do you value the most? What would you say if you, I know you're not looking, but if you were, what do you look for? What do you admire and say that this is someone that I could take seriously?
Oh, man, I feel like this is hard because I don't know. I am a big fan of the little things, and that's what some people don't get. They don't understand that everyone has a different love language. Everyone receives love differently. And honestly, if people just like, if I just woke up to a bloody note next to my bed that said "Have a good day, beautiful," and it cost $0. It cost $0. So I like the little things in relationships. I'm a big romantic. I'm a sweetheart. Um, I just someone who shows up and they're independent, but they want to spend time with you. Like I honestly just I'm so independent, but I'm mildly clingy. Like I just need a little bit of cling in my life. Not too much, but just a little bit.
You need
So
cling or you are cling? I'm sorry. I'm
I
trying to.
am. I am clingy. But like
Okay, you
the best
did
type.
did not break eye contact with the camera. I am clingy. What do you
I
mean by the
am.
best type?
Like I'll make you feel loved. Like I'll always make you feel like you're important and you're loved, and I like to do little things and I like little presents and stuff. You know what I mean? I'm cheesy. I'm
Mhm.
cheesy. I'm a big block of cheese. I'm affectionate with the right person.
I like that.
Yeah.
I was dead ass about to
Aw.
write I was about to write a sticky note that says "Have a wonderful interview, beautiful," but it was too late. I couldn't write it fast enough. I'm sorry. I'm out of pocket, guys. I'm out of pocket. I'm trying to stay in pocket, guys. All right. I'm trying not to. I'm professional. I'm keeping it professional here. No, I love that a lot, Carla. Though I think this is a
Yeah.
really cool conversation to have and try to be like, because we never really think about that. You know, we kind of just feel and we do and we allow our emotions and whatever to run wild when we meet someone. Maybe we click, maybe we don't, but to have
Mhm.
that thought process into the relationship, into who we resonate with and who we
Mhm.
click with and why we intentionally are drawn to those people, I think are equally healthy to
Yeah.
find that, hopefully long-term thing. So that's awesome, Carla.
Yeah.
You've killed it, all right? You've killed it so far. We have one more segment of the evening before we wrap it up into the secret, not so secret, extra bonus hour there. I do have a handful of questions, guys. Not too
I love
late.
this bit.
Oh, well, that's later. This is the community questions, all right? This one right
Okay.
now is people that have been sending, we have a handful of questions, like I've said. Again, if you would like to enter any questions, !Q right there. I'll do it for you guys. Enter away. I'll get to as many as I can. It looks like we have a handful here. I'll read you the first one here, all right? It says, ask Carla, how are you, from Tay. How are you doing, Carla?
I'm great. Thank you so much for asking. He always redeems channel points to ask how I am. That's just it.
How did that bit start? How did that bit start?
Oh, for as long as I know, I have this channel. I guess since channel points were a thing, I had Ask Me Anything, and he just always redeems and says, "How are you?" He also unfollows and follows every day. Like it's just a thing. He's a lovable troll. Like that's just what he does.
Oh my gosh. I
Yeah.
like that. I like that a lot. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Um, how does Carla manage to look so stunning? Next question here. Do you have a routine?
Not really. No, I have no routine. I usually throw my hair up in scrunchies or just throw on a cute shirt. I spend maybe 5 minutes getting ready. I don't really do much.
I like that. I like that. The excuse me, Carla. Do you
Alright.
see your okay? Carla, do you see yourself ever leaving Australia and coming to North America?
Who said that?
That's nice.
Oh wait, I
Okay,
know
hey,
I
is it
know who said
who?
that actually. I
Who?
know.
Give me the name. I need an
Soul would have said that.
Soul. Perfect. Do you?
Honestly, I wouldn't want to live in America right now. Like honestly, like I
Yeah, it's
am very
crazy here.
happy living in Australia. But anything can happen. Anything can happen. But no, I love Australia too much. If I do move, it'd be with mum because I couldn't leave mum. She's we wouldn't do too well.
Was that ever discussed? You and your mom coming over to the States?
Um, I really liked Minnesota, to be real with you. I visited there last year
What?
pre-pandemic. Yeah, I've always wanted to go there.
That's random. What was it about Minnesota? What did you like
I
about
just
it?
I loved the cold, the snow. I just my mum always spoke highly about it. So I was like, "You know
Yeah.
what? I'm gonna pack up and I'm gonna go." And it got caught. Well, it was 3 weeks short because the pandemic was like, "Hey, bitch, I'm here." So I had to fly home.
Fair.
But it was gorgeous. I saw snow for the first time as an adult. That was magical. But yeah, no, I'd live there. I live in Canada, but who knows where I
Canada's
will
good
end up.
too. Minnesota
Mhm.
actually, low-key, is a beautiful place. Not enough.
Yeah,
It's very underrated.
very.
Living in Seattle, everything's so expensive, and so it's getting
Yeah.
to hustle and bustle. And,
Mhm.
and and I have a friend in Minnesota. She has her own cabin. She lives over there at a lake. So stunning. It is
Mm.
stunning. I do love Washington. Don't get me wrong, but I like the the small town vibes you get there.
Mm. Mm.
Oh, let me see here. Do you have fears about streaming? And if so, how do you calm/overcome those fears?
On the days I feel very anxious, which is it's actually not that it's not that often. There'll be days where I'll be in front of my camera, makeup done, ready, my scenes all placed, and I'm hovering over go live because I'm so anxious. And I either just hit it and instantly I feel better because obviously my community are angels,
Hmm.
or I turn off my PC and I say, "Guys, I'm calling off today's stream." Like I really try to listen to how I'm feeling.
Really
I
good.
have a really good intuition. So I've had streams where my intuition's been like, "Don't stream. I have bad vibes." And I do it anyway. And then I had a really bad stream, maybe like a troll raid
Yeah.
or I'll cry and I feel bad. Like, so I really try to listen. But honestly, I just either turn off my cam or I have the day off, and I'm usually better
Awesome.
the next day.
That's so good. That's so good.
Yes.
I never, you might be one of the few that I've ever heard really hear their or listen to their intuition.
Mhm.
For me as a show, it's hard for me to do that because we make these schedules, and I've never canceled. I've been canceled on. I've never canceled, and it's brutal. It really
Yeah.
is. But that's kind of the nature of the beast of the way that this show is ran. Um,
Yeah.
but when I watch people like yourself, especially, and I want to underline it, listen to yourself, listen to your intuition, trust your gut feeling that this is not for me today. They will be there tomorrow because you
Yeah.
built something that is bigger than just. And I don't mean to shit on gaming, but than just gaming. It's not gaming. That's
Yeah.
such a misunderstanding of what Twitch is. It's not gaming. It's you, and it's
Yeah.
your community, and it's coming together for a place. It's kind of, especially I liken it to almost a bar where it's like, all right, cheers. We all know each other, and hell, if there's someone that's cool and has that vibe, well, join us too.
Yeah.
Um, so that's really good. I really respect that, and I, it really separates the good from the great, in my opinion. Someone
Ye
who can listen to their intuition. I'm not very sure what this one means, but you're gonna have to fill in
Okay.
the blanks for me. It might be an inside
Oh
joke.
my god.
Steak with a spoon. Keck W.
I swear to God. So a couple years ago, my dishwasher was on and I was having dinner and my forks were all in the dishwasher mid-cycle.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh my
I
gosh.
improvised, I innovated,
Yeah.
and I used the spoon to hold down the steak to cut.
That's just not
And
natural.
I know they literally give me shit for it in 2021. But I was improvising, guys. It's
Uh,
improvisation.
it's called improv.
Improv. Improv.
Let me
Stop.
see. Let me see here. If you could change anything about the community, what would you change?
Oh god. I don't want to change anything about them. I can't change anything about them.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Probably I feel like a lot of them are like me and they don't really see their self-worth and they kinda don't really love themselves 100%, and that's totally normal. Like I'm the same way. So I reckon if they could see like how I see them, I would change that. But I mean, that's just self-growth and they'll get
Yeah,
there.
like that.
Yeah.
If you weren't a streamer, what do you think you'd be doing right now?
Probably at the pub cleaning shit. Like
That's the truth, though.
no,
Honestly,
no.
we wonder.
No, probably
Mm,
probably the pub, or I've always wanted to work in television and edit, but that's probably
mm,
it.
fair. I like that. I
Yes.
like that, though.
Yes.
Can Carla tell us the origin story of? Oh boy.
The P toss?
Okay. Can Carla tell us the origin story of the pussy toss? Pussy
Yes.
toss.
I can tell you that. So
What's going on
uh,
here?
okay, so I have a dance move / alert in my community called the pussy toss, and don't worry, it's just a pelvic thrust. We're playing Jackbox, and the question was name an up and coming dance move. And Kirby, a regular, said pussy toss, and I proceeded to get up on my chair and pussy toss. And then it's stuck ever since. It's been with us for a year. It's an alert.
Yeah.
Everyone knows the P toss. It's
I was
on
like, oh,
mugs. Like,
of course. Yeah.
yeah, it's literally a dance move. It
Mm-hmm.
sounds questionable, but it's a pelvic thrust.
It's going viral. That's it. That's
Yeah,
the next thing.
that's it.
Ask Carla if there is a moment on stream that she will always remember. There a moment on your stream
Easy
you will always remember.
peasy.
What is it?
Easy. I got partnered live. I remember that. It was a whatchamacallit, a staff member came in and told me I was partnered basically, check your email, burst into tears, mascara running down my face. So probably that because I've always wanted partner, but I never thought I'd get it. Like my community believed in me, but I didn't. I was like, I probably won't get it. Like I'm too weird and like mushy for Twitch. So I think that moment for sure, that was really emotional, very exciting.
I feel that though. I think that's so. I
Yes.
think a lot of. I don't know. How do I say this? I'm a believer that the streamer needs to believe in themselves
Mhm.
in order for others to, also follow suit. Because
Mhm.
in essence, we have to be leaders. But I 100% agree with you where I do this and I don't know how, but I can't put my finger on it, but I don't see that. When you say that, like, oh, I didn't believe that I could be partner. I agree with that, like where I can't see that in myself. I just do the
Yeah.
show. We're good at it. We enjoy it. People are
Yeah.
vibing. People are enjoying it. But never in my mind am I thinking, oh, this is what qualifies me. Because there's millions of people here that do that. And I love that, though, that you were able to have a moment, especially live and so candid, to share that with your community, with everyone that's watching. That's so fun. That's hilarious.
Yes. Yeah, it was cute.
Can you give us a sneak peek on what you're gonna be doing for your birthday stream?
This is funny because I've had every birthday on stream for the past 3 years, and every time I had a birthday wheel and balloons, and I went crazy for it. This year, I don't really have any plans. Like, I don't know what to do this year. I kinda just wanna stream, but I was thinking about playing a few games and just honestly, it's nothing special. I asked them if they
Mhm.
wanted a subathon or just a normal stream. Everyone voted normal, so I'm like, "That's what let's just chill out together.
Mhm.
Let's just hang out, have some laughs.
No
Nothing
drinks,
special."
no cake, no what?
Oh,
What
there'll
could?
be
Oh, thank you.
there's gonna be some shots and
All
some
right,
cake.
I'll be there.
It'll be a
All right.
party. Yeah.
That sounds like fun. There you go. Um. Okay.
Some pud.
What was that?
Some Christmas pud.
What was a Christmas pud? What's Christmas pud?
I have to DM you after this. It's inside joke. I'll DM you the video so you understand what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I'm
I'll
just
take
being an
it.
idiot.
All right. I'll take it.
You'll
All
like it
right.
though. I'm so sorry. Okay.
I know. Biggest streaming tip with being stuck with next to no viewers. For example, I've been streaming consistently for a couple months now, but pretty much only my friends come in / stay, and I don't know how to grow.
Hmm. I found because I was the same. Like had 0 viewers for a hot minute, so I get that. For me, it's little things like making your panels presentable. Loads of informations in your panels, like when you're going live, your sub buttons, everything. You need to do your panels. Make sure you have a profile picture. Brand yourself in the right way, you are going to go through so many brand changes. I've had so many DPs, cover photos, panels. I've
Hmm.
had I've had so much because I've wanted to try and find myself. But don't put a time on your journey either. It took me nearly nearly 3 years to hit partnership, and some people would take 6 months, some people it takes 5, 2 years. So your journey is completely different. Find your niche. What do you want to be known for? What's special about your stream? For me, it's my heart and my I don't know, my interactiveness, I guess. For example, Mum's would be his setup inside the streamer studio, how well he handles, guests and just so much more I could say about Mum's. But like, find your niche. What's different about you? What's different about you? And really sell that and be yourself and have fun. Don't put pressure on it. Your journey is going to be a roller coaster, but it's going to be so much fun if you have the right attitude.
I'm gonna be a little selfish with this question, Carla,
Hmm.
because I'm gonna ask you a follow up from that one. Okay.
Hmm.
And this one
Sure.
now is more personally. You said not to put a time on it,
Hmm.
and that's something I'm having difficulty personally,
Hmm.
not putting a time on it because 27 years old.
Hmm.
It's hard not to look at the outside and see my peers,
Yeah.
living life and getting married or elevating in their vocations and especially when we've talked about how we studied something in college, but now we're not doing that in the IRL world.
Mm.
So my question is, while I agree with you deeply about
Mhm.
not putting a time limit on it,
Mhm.
how do we know when I guess this isn't for us?
I think that's a feeling inside you, honestly. For example, I tried YouTube before I tried streaming and it didn't hit right. I'm live. I'm a live entertainer. I'm not as captivating if I am even captivating on YouTube like compared to Twitch.
Mm,
So if you are still feeling the passion, if you're still feeling excitement, you're on the right track. If you're questioning yourself a little bit, give it some time. You're either gonna figure out that it's not for you, which is fine. That's totally cool. I'm not good on YouTube, guys. Like it's okay not to be good at everything. But I honestly think, mums, that you have something really, really, really special here. Something so captivating that I pushed back my stream 2 hours because I was
I
so
heard about that.
captivated, and I mean it. I was so captivated with how well you run your show, and people all like, everyone is gonna agree with me now. It's been so entertaining, so fun. You are doing something so, so special here, and I mean it, truly. I'm your number 1 fan. So, I think your future is on Twitch. I just think you are finding your courage, your strength, and your groove a little bit. Honestly, I think it's just
I
groove, and
appreciate
I found my groove last year. So,
it,
I
Carla.
got you.
Honestly,
Of course.
honestly, I've been
I
talking.
mean it.
I've been reaching out to partner people left and right, trying to learn because
Yeah.
I no disrespect to those that are affiliate, but it's one of those things. I was always taught to ask and learn from the people that are there.
Yeah.
So, one of the people, Mr. Brody himself over here, was one of the people I
Yeah.
DM'd today. Yourself, I'm asking you live. Sorry, I've asked Hayden. I've asked everyone under the sun. Like I'm asking advice on how to just even write the letter itself. And
Yeah.
I'll talk to you about that after stream a little bit.
Yeah,
But
for
but
sure.
I really appreciate the kind words, Carla.
Of
And
course.
and
Of course.
it's one of those things. I agree. Like I agree. I feel it. I feel like this is the place I need to be. I
Mhm.
just don't know. This is now going to sound like a second odd question. Is I just don't know how to um, validate that yourself because it's
Mm.
we let metrics validate our worth. Sometimes it's the easy validation,
I know.
uh,
Yeah.
and even titles like partner. I'm trying to figure out how do you validate yourself from day to day,
Mhm.
and that's a whole other discussion. But
Mm. Just
um,
quickly, I don't know if
yes,
this will help you, but this is something that I've always thought about. Um, I find 2 things. Number 1, being proud of yourself, even for little things. Waking up today and making some tea, like just being proud of yourself and what you're doing, your journey, your growth, but also knowing that success is up to you. For me, I'm not the biggest on Twitch. Half of OCE don't know who I am. I don't give a shit because in my heart, I feel successful. I've grown a community by myself. I'm working for myself. I'm living by myself. I am just so proud of my journey and who I am. So start to be proud of you. Who cares? You don't have a tick yet. It's coming.
Of
It's
course. No,
coming.
I'm not worrying about too much of
I
that,
know
but
you're not. I know you're not, but I know a lot of people do,
yeah.
and your worth is beyond that badge. You are so, so, so talented, and I know you are going to be even more successful than what you are now. So, honestly, just be proud of who you are and be proud of where you are at in your journey because you are doing so, so well, and you are so entertaining. I was watching all your videos last night in bed. And I didn't wanna I was watching Brody's last night, and it was so good, and I
Yeah.
was like, "I need to sleep so bad," but I couldn't look away. So no,
Oh
you're
my
doing
goodness.
fantastic, and I
I
think you're on the
appreciate
right
that, Carla.
track.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yes.
I got a couple more for you. And we'll move on to the next segment here.
Roger,
Um,
roger.
what fact are you surprised that more people don't know about? What fact are you surprised that more people don't know about?
In general or about myself?
About you.
Oh, okay. I was getting ready to tell a dolphin fact.
Oh, that's so weird. That's the weirdest jump into that. I mean,
Um,
sure, we'll put that to the side there. Hold your dolphin facts, Carla. All right, I'm talking
um,
about you for the evening. Hold the dolphin facts here.
I don't know. What's a fact? Is mum, do you know anything? I'm trying to think of what
Giving you
people
riddles
don't
here.
know. What do people don't know? I feel like okay, maybe the fact that and we didn't touch on this because I didn't wanna cry, but I feel like apart from mum, my childhood was really, 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 really rough, and no child
Mm,
should have gone through what I went through. And I feel like that surprises people because I seem pretty put together because of mum. So I think people just assume I've had the easiest upbringing, easiest life, easy breezy, but I'm still healing and I'm still
yeah.
hurting from my childhood. So that's the only thing I can think of.
Mm.
I don't know, I can write backwards and forwards at the same time, Da Vinci style, that's about it.
Wait, what?
Um,
You can write backwards?
yeah, I can
Like
write
a
backwards and forwards at the same time.
that's nah, I don't believe that. I don't know why I don't believe that. Do you have a piece of paper
That's
on you?
fine.
Do you have a
I
piece of
I
paper?
uh
You can use my pen here.
Thanks.
Of
Give me
course.
the pen.
I
Um,
actually legitimately this is fascinating to me.
I'll message you. I'll do it. I need to find 2 pens,
Deal.
and this is
Deal.
gonna cut into time, but I'll do it
I'll
one
see
day.
you on your stream about it. No, deal. I'll bother you
I'm
about it.
not very interesting, to be honest. Like, there's not many facts that, like, blow people minds.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, cool, I can write backwards and forwards. Whoa, like, I
That's
don't
kind of
have anything
wild.
cool.
That's kind of wild. That dead ass. That's kind of dope. Let me ask you one more question here. What are your thoughts on how many lives you've changed? How does it make you feel?
Oh, stop it. Who wrote that? Get me all emotional. Well, I don't think I've really changed lives, but, um I get a lot of love letters while I'm live, and they're really sweet. That's all I'll say because 'cause I'm gonna cry.
I like that a lot. Midstream, you're getting these letters and they're just gassing you up, and how do you even focus? How are you?
Half the time,
Oh,
half the time I'm being chased by a killer, and someone will say something so, so sweet, and I'm crying, and I'm like, "Ah!" Because because I've been touched, but I'm also about to fucking die. So yeah, no, it's really lovely. It's honestly like my goal when I started streaming was to make a positive place, somewhere like people were heard and responded to, but also felt, like they had a nice place to come and relax. So
yeah.
I'm very thankful for that. Honestly, I am.
I love that at times. Carla,
I
man,
lasted so long. I'm so proud of
I
myself.
know we got a couple tears. No, I'm not gonna count it. I'm not counting that as a cry. All right, so far you're undefeated here, Carla. Thank you so much
My
for this
pleasure.
evening. But
Thank you.
we'll get to the sappy stuff at the end. All right, you
All
know that
right,
that's how
deal.
the sappy stuff. It's a new bit I've been having for about a month now, but the sappiness will go at the end. I will say this,
Yes.
Carla. We've spent the evening here, my evening at least, here on stream, learning about your life and just taking in wisdom and experiences that you've gone through over
Mhm.
the course of X amount of years. Now, much like anything in life, nothing's free. So I do need you to do something for me here. Do you
Mhm.
have the chat or the stream pulled up?
Mhm.
Perfect. Can you pick any name that isn't a mod, VIP, or myself, Carla?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Has to be Carla's mum, right?
It has to be. I knew.
Has to be.
I was literally. Love that.
Australian.
Of course. Yo, Carla's mom, if you're still here, all right, this is what happens. This is something I need from you. You've been chosen for VIP, all right? You get the pink diamond badge attached to your username, and your name will be plastered on my overlay, the main one. But I only have 5. And so the deal is this. I'm going to spam it right here. I need you to choose a name that isn't a view above because he won the tournament, and so that's lifetime. I need you to choose one name that you are going to replace, and I'll be changing it for the next stream. You could witness it on Tuesday, I think, because the network kind of goes straight into it. Oh, no. Any name, Carla's mom. Any name. Don't worry. I'll deal with them later. But it's up to you. It's all yours. Oh, boy. Yeah,
I'm nervous. I don't know what she's going to say.
This is when Cass actually shows up. She hasn't showed up the whole time. She just wants to make sure she knows. Hey,
no one saw my badge.
Yeah. Hey, I'm here. I'm a big fan. Wait, who?
I think mum's adding. Mum, you have to pick a name from the above.
Yes, I'll keep it. So the list that I'm spamming here. Yeah, just any name that isn't a view above. You got Homer Cast. Don't worry about it. I know. I'm just giving you a hard time. Anything.
I'm so nervous. I feel like Mum's gonna be like, Dev. No, Mum. Okay, in chat, see how it says Mum's online and it has different names. Like, see that? Yeah, it'll say Megs, Mister, Britballs. Yummy. You pick one of those apart from a view above, and you get the badge, and they don't.
I love this. It's
this
so
is
wholesome.
As
exactly. That's it.
Oh,
and she added. Holy cow!
Britballs. Sorry, Britt. So sorry.
Yeah, you hate to see it. Hey, don't worry. Britballs earned it through her through channel points. All right, so she'll just rack them up again. Thank you so much, Carla's mom. I'll be changing that next stream. One more thing, Carla. I need one more thing. All right, you've gone through the ringer with me. No, not a problem, Carla's mom. Not a problem. It's part of the shtick. You've gone through the ringer with me. You've understood this process. You've done this live. You've answered the questions. You've been really authentic and genuine with not just myself, but everyone that's watched with us here this evening or afternoon, depending where you are in the world. Could you give me a name of someone that you would like to watch and witness here on the very same stage in this very same show? Is there some streamer that you would like to call upon? To possibly enter this stage with myself.
Well, you know this person, and I thought it's Miss Daydream. I think needs to come on. She does so much behind the scenes that I would love.
I didn't Sorry. I want to say Sorry did nominate Miss Daydream.
I'm nominating her again
Double.
because it's time. It is time. Or my Canadian friend, I'm Fetus. He is a Rush streamer from Canada, and he is chaotic. He has like a million scenes. You'll spend 2 minutes in his stream and be like, "What is going on?" There is so much happening.
How do you spell this? I write this down. I am.
Yep, and then PHEETUS. Fetus.
Perfect. There it is. There's he is. Right. And whoops, that's the commercial there. I'm pulled up. All right. Perfect. Awesome. Thank you so much. I'll put those.
Okay.
It's all on the sticky note right here. All right. It's all here.
Yes.
That's what I keep here. All right. Carla, we've reached the end of the segment here. All right.
Yes.
We're reaching the final stage of the show. This whole concept, you're number 54. We've done this 54 times. And all 54 of the episodes have ended the exact same way. This show is an homage to an old show called Inside the Actors Studio, hosted by James Lipton. And for 23 years, he would bring on actors, actresses, and entertainers of the sort to join him at his auditorium classroom, literally at a university. He'd bring on, Brad Pitts, the Angelina Jolies, and they would get into their life, their personal life, and then their discography, the work that they've done on screen. And that's a show I used to watch as a kid, and I was just enamored by the conversation and the candor and just the kind of knowledge you would get from someone's backstory. It was so cool. And so, as an homage, I've hosted this same show. It was my very first show that I've hosted here on Twitch, and I end these shows the exact same way. All 54 streamers have done the exact same thing, and they've answered these 10 questions. Now, there's only 2 rules with this, Carla. There's only 2 rules.
Yes.
First one is, I'm going to read you the question. I'm not going to react to anything you say. I'm not going to make a sound. It's going to be deathly silent on the other side. I'm going to wait for you to make your answer, and then a pause, and then we'll continue on to the next question.
Alright.
Second thing, aside from the fact that you do have to answer all the questions, you have to, it's a must, try to keep it within one thought. So not a word, not a whole paragraph, just one thought process. All right, Carla?
Okay.
Are you ready?
Ready.
All right. Question 1.
Yes.
What is your favorite word?
Noodles.
What is your least favorite word?
Panties.
What turns you on?
Humor.
What turns you off?
No manners.
What sound or noise do you love? What sound or noise do you hate?
The sound of people brushing teeth. If I'm close to them, I hate the sound of teeth brushing. Ugh, gross.
What is your favorite curse word?
Oh. Does titties count? Because I love titties. I love saying titties in anger. I'm going to say titties.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Oh, slut.
What profession, other than your own, would you like to attempt?
I wanted to try, when I was younger, I wanted to be a forensic scientist. I don't know why. I just wanted to. Never did it.
What profession would you not like to do?
Ugh. I feel like being in the circus would be tiring. I'm going to say that.
And lastly, Carla, if heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive pearly gates?
Damn, she thick as fuck.
Ladies and gentlemen, Carla, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for your time.
It's okay. Thanks for having me.
That one broke me. I did not. I don't know why I didn't expect the bonk, but that was out of pocket. Carla, holy cow! Wow, what an evening! What an evening! What a way to cap off the
Amazing
weekend.
evening.
Thank
I
you so
know.
much.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. Let me make sure. You know, this is the part of this show. Okay, all the script is done. We've gone through the whole thing. And before we go our separate ways, before we hang up the call, I try to tell the streamer, you know, what I've learned or what I've experienced on my side of this show. And here's the deal, Carla. All right, here's what I've experienced here. I am a huge fan of your work. I'm a huge fan of how you hold yourself, how you present yourself, how you operate on Twitch. But only recently have I learned how you operate outside of Twitch. Through our conversations, through recommendations from our streamer friends, and again, I'm not new to business. All right, I do see Twitch somewhat as a business and in a business world. It's a different type, but it is what it is. And sometimes business can be a little bit calloused and cutthroat. And I never see that with you. The love you share with your community is something that you share not just with myself, but any individual that's willing to meet you where you are and have a genuine conversation and relationship. And it's one of those things, Carla, where hearing your story and especially you saying like, yeah, I've experienced a lot of hurt. I hate to say this, I'm not surprised that you have. I'm not surprised that you have experienced a lot of hurt early on in your life. But similar to what I've said many episodes before, I think, it's those experiences. We grow up to be the people that we needed as children. And so with all that kind of stuff that's occurred in your life, and again, it's not my prerogative to dig into that, but with all the events that have occurred in your life in the past when you were younger, it shaped you into such an amazing woman, someone that, I saw your mom in the chat the whole time. I saw everything she says. As a matter of fact, I was so proud seeing her conversate with another parent in the chat, and I saw that, and it gave me affirmation. That was my affirmation for the day, knowing that two people who completely don't know what the platform is came here and understood it in a heartbeat, and they were here to celebrate you, Carla. And so when I look at your life, I'm so excited to meet you in person, to hang out, to have all the crew together, and to conversate and enjoy each other's company. Because again, I was never raised to trust the internet. All right. But when I have these shows, when I have these conversations, and we have this discourse, it's hard not to put faith in humanity. It's hard not to realize how beautiful this place and how much it has to offer. And I'm really blessed to have gotten to know you this evening, Carla. And this is not the last conversation. I have other shows. I would love to have you on the network. But most of all, I'm just very thankful for our friendship here, Carla. So, but you get the final word. I always give the guest the final word. Is there anything you'd like to say to those that are watching this evening? For me, for those that are going to watch on YouTube or listening on Spotify, is there anything you'd like to say?
I know what they want. I know they want a soundbite. I'll just wait. First of all, let's not talk about that soundbite. But also,
what was that? Wait, what was that? Can someone clip that? That sounded like, am I getting hacked? What was that?
So, just quickly, I'll be really, really quick. So I got a mixer recently, and I was trying to delete a sound off my soundboard, and I was like, "Oh, I think I deleted it," but it recorded the deleted sound of me saying deleted.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
now
yeah.
it's just a running joke where we just say deleted because
Deleted.
it's stupid, but it's a thing. But anyway, I'll be very serious for 2 seconds.
Of course.
I just want to say that I really, really, I know, I just appreciate everyone showing up. I knew we had, I knew people were excited for it, but I didn't expect people to be this excited. Honestly, it just fills my heart with some love that everyone took their time to be here and be so lovely and so wholesome and so respectful, and also mums as well. You've been so accommodating, and I know we had some trouble with my camera, but
Not
I'm
at
really
all.
glad. I'm just really, really happy we did it. And you're so patient and you're so talented and you're gonna do good things. And I can't wait to see you rise on the platform. You're gonna do good things. You're already doing good things. I'm just
Oh.
really excited for you. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Carla. That's
okay.
Again, I look up to all of you guys, especially those that have been here longer than I. So I'm taking notes from you all, and I'm just trying my best. But if I have people like yourself, of you I had earlier, Sorry, Hayden, Brody, all of them, if I have those people to guide me and look up to, I think I'm gonna do okay. All right, okay. We'll stick with okay. Let's be modest a little bit.
No, you're doing fantastic. Come on.
I appreciate
proud
that,
of
Carla.
yourself. Yeah.
Thank you. Honestly, thank you. That really means the world. Honestly.
Of course.
But are you streaming tonight, Carla? Are you going live, or will you be taking tonight off and going on tomorrow?
It's my day off.
Oh.
It's my day off today, so I'm
Okay.
taking tomorrow off. And coming back Saturday. Coming back
Awesome.
strong.
I'm
Yes.
excited. All right. Well, thank you so much, Carla, for your time and for being a part of all of this. I really appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right. You take care. All right. I'll switch over the scenes here.
Bye.
See you later, Carla. I'll talk
Bye,
to you later.
Smoochies. Bye.
Hey there, ladies
Bye.
and gentlemen. Oh boy, I keep on clicking the next VOD. I need to stop. I need to change the buttons again. All right, guys. Dude,